Hello and welcome. I am the LastHPHero, and you have found your way to TPK Roleplay. I am so very glad you're here and hope that you enjoy your stay. Over the course of the next several months, we will be working our way through the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure module, Icewind Dale, Rime, the Frostmaiden. Icewind Dale is in need. So much and so many have been lost on the sunless snow. Will the players find warmth within, or become just another frozen corpse? First and foremost, no attempts have been made to make this story child appropriate. It is a tale of cold isolation, alien incursion, and self-centered divinities. This actual play stream contains adult language, descriptions of violence and light gore, scary images, and generally speaking, a great deal of cold. Our players are here to warm the night. Safety tools are in place for the players, but you as a viewer do not have such a luxury. If you know of any sensitivities to the listed topics, please keep a teleportation spell prepped and ready. Barring that ready to action, kick back, relax, keep all heads, hands, paws, and claws inside the stream at all times. Slap that follow button to join in the TPK roleplay games that run almost every night. Click the Discord link that I am quite certain will spontaneously appear in chat at any moment to be part of the growing TPK community. And, above all else, be good. That's the rule. Good. Secondeth. With no other announcements in mind, strangely. Wow, no other announcements. You may not know these amazing players and their characters, so let's change that. Everyone here will say hello, introduce themselves and their character, plug other shows or projects they're participating in, games they play, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does your character like Ol'Bitey? Think about that. Oh, we are going to, unfortunately, Breeedo is feeling a bit under the weather this evening, so they are resting up to be back at full strength soon, and we wish them the very, very best and all of our love. So going around our little display of portraits in the middle right section, he shows that land is sacred and should be treated as such. He shows even the smallest of creatures deserves compassion and should be given as much. It's T.
Hi, I'm T, and my pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Brom the Paladin today. He's a tough cookie who's been out in the wilderness not very long and so far doesn't enjoy the cold, and he'd probably give Ol'Bitey a 7 out of 10, but secretly he'd never say it.
It's very noble of him to keep that to himself. I suppose everyone has their secrets. Continuing, in the upper right corner, the world is full of color, light, joy, and beauty. I've seen their smile and found it infectious in the best possible way. It's Al.
Me? My name's Al. My pronouns are they, them. And today I'm playing Mirth, a Dragonborn Bard. And his opinion of Ol'Bitey, the singing wall trout, is high. Their duet was enjoyable for him yestergame, so I think it's a 10 out of 10. Would Ol'Bitey again.
Fantastic. Sorry, I have a very loud keyboard, so I'm trying to type things very quickly while everyone introduces themselves. And it is causing just a little bit of in between. Moving around counterclockwise in the top left of your screen. Frantically focused is how I'd describe my friend. They may flit from flower to flower, but never underestimate their sincere appreciation of the beauty of each. It's Nifer.
It's funny that you say that, because yes, I am frantically focused, I'm totally not building my character's level up right now. I am Nifer. I am playing they she. I am playing Laine, who's the goodest dad you'll ever meet. And definitely you can tell that he's a dad because he gives Bitey like an 11 out of 10, plans on singing this song for the rest of the campaign trip all the time.
Now, I did expand Ol'Bitey's, well, oh, what's the word? What's that R word? Ol'Bitey's,
Repertoire?
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
You might have planned on that. Laine has not planned on that. It's gonna be the same song every night.
Just above my head, last but not least, from the moment I followed him, two things became clear: an optimistic outlook well equipped to take hold of every opportunity, and an eagerness to boost the signal and lift up his friends. It's Roxx.
Hi, my name is Roxx. I play Neo, who is trying to be the goodest boy and the best hero. Yeah. He, him, both of our pronouns.
And how does Neo feel about Ol'Bitey?
Oh yeah. Neo, he 10 out of 10. He loves Ol'Bitey. He doesn't know why he loves him. Like, he is very confused about why Ol'Bitey is even there, but he doesn't care enough.
Ol'Bitey's spell has come over all of us. This ratchet old fish taped on the wall, the only source of entertainment. We're like, this is amazing. We love Ol'Bitey.
Now, Mirth first looked at Ol'Bitey with just a little bit of I don't know.
Envy.
Was it envy? Was
Yep,
it?
he's so beautiful. And he knows how to sing. It was just, there was a lot to take in. But Mirth got over himself, I think, recognizing the superior talent of Ol'Bitey. We can share the stage.
And you did very well. There were tips involved. Now, to remind everyone, I do have just a little bit of a transition before we come back for the summary and the picking up of this session. So if you happened to miss Ol'Bitey, well, here's a little treat.
Oh, the players want to go a place you do not know. They want to fly, you think they'll die, but the fun must never slow. Oh!
During session 1 of Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, our intrepid heroes found their way to another. It was a time for meeting, a time for greeting, a time for sharing, and a time for just a little bit of combat. They fought a Yeti that was already injured, thank goodness, finished cutting it in half. They ran from a unusual undead that was out to get them. Poor Neo was blasted a few times, but he made it. That's the important thing. And they found themselves at the de facto capital of the 10 towns, Bryn Shander. While there, they were immediately met by a gnome researcher by the name of Danica. Danica asked them to join her at the North Loop, where they met Ol'Bitey himself. Having basked appropriately in the presence of Ol'Bitey, and getting some details about trying to find a Twinga, an elemental creature, and bring it back to Danica, they also ran into a group of dwarves who had a bit of Yeti trouble. And that's where we wrapped up the session, was one more chorus from Ol'Bitey and a number of different paths that they could take. So, to begin this week, you all find yourselves in the Northlook Tavern, exactly where you left off. There is Ol'Bitey every once in a while breaking out in song. There are people everywhere. The tavern is full. They are thrilled with Mirth, who has at multiple occasions stood on tabletops in order to sing and accompany Ol'Bitey, and generally speaking are settling in, at least for the afternoon. It's about 4 in the afternoon, and you've spent some time in conversation and merrymaking at the North Look. You got to know Herna, the dwarf, and her 2 friends that came into the inn, and she loosens up considerably after a few more ales. Cold ones this time, she clarifies after a very tepid first round. Upon learning during your conversation that you slayed a yeti that had a pickaxe in its back, she expressed great appreciation. Your conversation with her leads to reveal that yes, that was the one that fought them and killed poor Ublik. As a extra gift, she gives you 1 more gemstone than she agreed to upon your success. It's coarsely cut. It seems like it was carved by someone just learning the trade. And upon further conversation, you learn that, yes, it's her. She's taken up gem cutting as a hobby, and that's one of her stones that she has handed to you. It's still worth about 50 gold pieces, so if anyone is keeping group loot, you can add a 50 gold piece gemstone to your bag.
I am a proven dad. That means I'm the responsible one. Can I do party loot?
Works for me. Anyone else have a
Yay.
strong feeling to do party loot?
I'm gonna do backup record keeping, but you lead the charge.
Excellent.
It's always good to have a backup in case the primary crashes. Over the course of your time there at the Northlook, Danica is amused by the interactions between Neo and the dwarves, to say the least, and she spaces out with a number of other tomes at the table next to Laine, who stayed behind. She takes notes, cross-researches the entire time, making additional notations in a small book of hers. That is where you are. That is what is going on. The tavern is yours.
Well, I would like my first action to be... just
You
one more time.
yell out "oh," and the entire tavern
There it is.
together starts singing "oh," and the song breaks out. Now,
Mirth, I think, takes like a shot because he's been doing this many times in the past hour, and then kind of goes and also joins in, even though he's looking kind of haggard at this point. So much singing.
Brom takes a sip of tea and doesn't say anything. He looks quietly neutral to avoid offending Sabine.
Oh, your toe is so tapping.
It is. He can't help himself.
Oh, Neil's trying to join along but doesn't know any other words.
Just enthusiastically screaming.
yeah.
Ah!
As the tavern wraps up that chorus,
No
Sabine,
song?
in a huff, I have another song here shortly. It's the tavern. So here's the difference. When you bang your cup and sing, the tavern will sing. It won't trigger Ol'Bitey. So the entire tavern is happy to join in the drinking song. Ol'Bitey just kind of does his own thing. He sings whenever he... Oh! Don't worry.
No,
Oh no.
Be happy.
I am worried.
Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Be happy now. Oh! The entire tavern just breaks out. Oh!
Just losing their shit.
Sabine, upon hearing the new song break out, doesn't bother waiting for the knuckle sandwich to return, turns around, looks at the innkeeper, and says, "Do you have a room?" Yeah, we have a couple rooms. Now, I suppose, key. Here you are. I'll have the sandwich sent up to your room. Fine. And Sabine works her way upstairs and disappears into a room somewhere on the second floor.
That was well done.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Right.
Sabine.
That was very
Very
Sabine.
Sabine. Indeed.
The rest of you have talked to Herna, and you have talked to Danica. Danica has given Laine the Lantern of Elemental Detection. And Herna turns to you. So when do you think you're able to head up to the ingots?
I think we can go right now.
What time of day was it?
Oh, it's about about 4 o'clock or so. It's
PM or AM?
PM. PM. Well, I
Hard
know
to tell.
it's hard to keep track here. It's very hard in Icewind Dale to keep track. And she like twirls the her braided little wispy mustache. It does get frightening at night, though. I know that it's always night, but for some reason there's a difference. It's the lights. They're unnerving.
Well, if we're supposed to go find these, is it Twingas? Is that the name?
Twingas.
Twingas? If we're supposed to go find these and they herald blizzards, I mean, I think that I saw one a while ago when I was waiting at the lamppost. It was above this one's head, and Mirth is going to gesture over to Achilles' Laneheart over there, and say, "I don't know if these things seem to be attracted to you."
No, that's not a Twinga. No.
It wasn't a Twinga?
What was it?
The Danica, upon hearing that,
Good question, but it is not a Twinga.
Danica's like, "Oh, you saw a Twinga?
No.
I mean, it could have been.
Oh, what did it look like? What did it look like?" Takes out her
Sounded
notebook.
like it.
Did it?
Mirth will draw a picture of what he thought Laine's little creeper looked like.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, he'll just I think he'll pull out. I think he has all sorts of accoutrement. I think he'll immediately start drawing what he thinks it looks like in her book if she would like.
What do you think it looked like?
However, it was previously described. Al doesn't remember, but Mirth does.
Okay. I was gonna be like, is it intentionally terrible? Is it like...
I could roll performance to see how good it is.
No, I wouldn't make you do that. So the image that you draw has facial features. There's an eye, there's eyes, there's a nose, there's a little mouth that's curled up in a grin. You draw a hat, and from your memory, it was wearing the creature was wearing a coat of some kind of like a fur coat, and it had a bear trap in one hand that was way too large for it, and it had probably like a walking stick in the other. So you draw this. And Danica takes the drawing. She's very excited. She's getting ready to take notes, and she's like, no, this isn't a Twinga as they've ever been described. You see, they're just a little bit different. Let me show you." And then she starts drawing herself a Twinga. And what she draws for you, and this is perhaps a little more detailed than what she shows. Oh, I have to show the players. She shows you these weird little faces things.
What the? Nope.
So she draws a picture, and they don't really have facial features. They're more it's more of a blank mask, like they're hiding something. I don't know. See, the masks are different, and there's a lot of thought about why the masks are different, and then she kind of starts going into a very technical explanation of the differences between Twinga and theories about the masks and all of those. It's not particularly helpful beyond knowing that no, you didn't see a Twinga. Laine.
Sorry, Mirth.
You will know that you did, because when you were on watch, that's the thing that threw the snowball at you right before the blizzard.
Okay.
Well, Danica says, there is one theory about the Twinga. They like nature, but they're fascinated by people. And so if you go to places where there are people, like maybe the towns, maybe that'll help you find one, so you're not just, wandering around hoping.
Well, shouldn't they be near this town then, since it has people?
That's what I would wonder.
Well, I've been looking, and I haven't found any here in Bryn Shander. Let me check real quick though. And she lights the lantern. There's this whale oil that's sitting in the bottom of it. She lights it, and she closes the screen over the lantern, and it's just this warm, normal yellowish white light that burns. It's like, no, it goes greenish blue around Twinga. So there's not one nearby here.
What would you say is the effectiveness radius of this? 10 feet, 30 feet, a mile?
Well, since I haven't found one yet, it's more. I know that it works. At least So I have certain connections with a number of different researchers that are also interested in this, and they have successfully used this to find them. I think it's about 300 to 500 feet.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Long.
Does it, work around corners and through walls and things, or is it just...
Nothing blocks it. Nothing
Whoa.
blocks it.
That's really cool.
Useful.
You are very knowledgeable of Schwingers. Do they stay in one place or move around some places, the world, country,
Well, they flit about from place to place. So that usually when weather comes in, they lead the weather. So as the weather stretches across, they tend to migrate with it, or migrate. They lead the weather, so they move when the weather does.
So they move around a lot. Okay.
Well, we agreed to help some of the dwarves anyways, with their checks notes.
We are retrieving their ingots from the Yeti that we killed.
Yes,
The
we'll
brick
probably
got taken, and iron and sled also got taken. So we're gonna go track that down.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you.
And we're going to look for Schwingos on the way. For
Oh,
sure.
that's wonderful. If you find one, just capture it alive and bring it back to me. And I'll be here.
How do we capture it, though?
You didn't mention capturing them. Maybe you did.
Yeah.
How about a nice drawing? An updated drawing? An interview?
Well, I mean, I kind of need
Okay,
one.
okay. We'll catch one. It's
Okay.
fine. Probably.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Achilles Laneheart is fantastic at wrangling various magical beasts.
Oh, there are stories to be told.
And then I think Mirth is going to start like a raucous round, but primarily, like, if it's okay with Laine, maybe swinging his arm around Laine and sort of in a very thespian, theatrical way, like singing to him, and probably adding some extra lyrics that he's ad-libbing about how excellent and brave the hero of Bremen is. Loudly. Fun.
The tavern appreciates it greatly.
Laine practices some controlled breathing.
Okay, so I guess our question
Lets
is...
it happen.
Our question, I guess, out of character would be, do we want to stick around the inn tonight and go tomorrow morning? Or do we want to be crazy and go into the night?
I don't know. Has Roxx managed to collect all of the plot hooks in this tavern? Because
Not yet.
Then
we're just going to send Neo around.
Yep.
Like a truffle pig.
We're
Yes,
just gonna
well-
let him accept all of the quests first, and then we'll head out.
We'll do them all on the way.
Perfect.
I would also say
I mean-
Nino probably does not want to go out during the nighttime because of the light beast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna second that. That's probably not a good idea. And also, Brom's very settled in on eating his like 2 boiled eggs and piece of bread
Aw.
for the night.
Yeah. Neo's just like, oh, are we going now? And Lane's just gonna be like, no. Just decision
Why?
made, no.
Why not?
It is almost darker night.
We don't want your cousin to come back looking for you.
Should we ask people if they need help in the tavern? Maybe we can find some more people who need help.
I think that's a
We
great
might
idea.
be able to do that.
I'll run into the. Oh, wait, are we still in the tavern?
Yes,
If we're
we
not in
are.
the tavern, I'll run in the tavern.
We are.
I'll get on top of a table.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
All right, go ahead.
No,
Oh.
And he's gonna try to sing. The
no, kiddo.
Oh.
Oh, there's so much singing.
terribly. So he just goes like, "Ah,
Oh.
the
Everyone
women
just-
of pineapple under the sea."
Gonna do backup vocals really cringily.
Who needs help?
You do! Like 3 drunken voices call out from the tavern.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's a pitch thing, but we can work on it. Maybe the best way to get to know if there's anybody else would be to go around individually.
Wait, what's a pitch?
It's exactly. Exactly.
So Neo spends
Poor little guy.
a few hours going from table to table, asking if there's any way that he could be helpful. And there's a lot of interesting comments, and
Oh no.
it, you know, the long and short is, no, not really. You think that you've probably picked up just about all of the things around. You do hear some various rumors, though. If you could roll me a d10, we'll pick up another rumor, perhaps.
And Brom will follow with Neo after he's done eating his very meager dinner. And they'll seem like, someone who's asking for charity, I'm sure.
I got a 3.
Oh, that's so pretty.
A 3. So as you're working around, you do hear one rumor that seems a bit more interesting than some of the others. So it's mostly just people complaining about neighbors or things like that. But there's this one old fisherman, one eye, scarred, beard. He looks up at you out of his mug and says, I've there be something going on in Caer Dineval.
What's happening?
What?
What's happening?
That's what I'm telling you, boy. If you slow down a moment and listen to my story.
Okay.
It seems no one has seen the town speaker for a while. Nobody knows why.
Where'd he go?
Well, I'm telling you, boy, you just gotta wait until I get to that part of the story.
Okay.
See, the locals have been saying that Speaker Kranich is, he's fallen ill. Bit under the weather is what the people have been saying.
Is it snowing?
Is it snowing?
Yeah, you said he was under the weather. Does that mean it's snowing?
Boy, it's always snowing in, Icewind Dale. You're just a young little one, aren't you?
I'm not that young.
No, he's tremendously competent. And I think Mirth is going to sit down right next to Neo, also glittering, and be like, he knows what he's talking about. Now go on, what were you saying?
Well, I was telling him a story about what's going on at Caer Dineval. Well, you see, nobody knows where the speaker is at Caer Dineval. Been missing quite a while. But here's the thing, and listen close to this. Now, I got a friend that spent some time on the waters, and he said he came in late one night, barely made it in before the aurora covered the sky. Said there were some dark figures sneaking in and out of the castle there. Dark figures at odd hours. Now that's a tale worth telling, isn't it?
Certainly sounds like it.
Oh,
Says
where'd you
Brom.
come from? How are you so quiet for how big you are?
I'm good at listening, says Brom. He's so serious, it's hard to tell if there's an edge to his voice or not, but his arms are at his sides at least.
Well, I was just telling him about Caer Dineval.
Now he has to start the whole thing over again.
This poor guy, he's got the graveliest voice, and he's like, I only have the emotional energy to tell the story once. And everyone's like, one more time? Refresh. What'd you say?
It's okay, Brom was listening.
Yeah,
I
we
heard the
got it.
story.
Okay, good. Now, I don't know if there's any weight to those words, but there they are.
We just have to go to Care Digibaud and find the speaker, you said?
Well, if that's what you be wanting to do, I suppose.
Mirth, completely guilelessly, is going to reach into his scroll case, which he pinched off of Sabine when she went to go to bed. And he's going to literally, his treasured map, he's going to slide it dramatically out onto the table and unfurl it and say, "Can you tell me where it... Oh my gosh, look, more of it cleared up."
Brom also looks at it and turns his head a little.
There's something wrong with your map, dragony one.
What do you mean?
Well, that's not
Oh my
all.
god, I'm a dragon? And he's gonna like look horrified and look at his hands like, what? And then he's gonna laugh at his own joke and say, no, continue. What were you saying?
He's starting to look just like a little put off at this point.
Oh, that's not all of Icewind Dale. That's just the part.
Can you show us where Care Donabal is? If
Oh.
you know.
It'd be about here.
Now, your map that you have is kind of covered in this frost over most of it, and you only have a couple areas that are open. And he points vaguely in the... Oh... So on your map, he goes up from the furthest you can see just a little bit, and then further to the northwest, just a touch, and puts a finger in the middle of the frost that's on your map. And he says,
Oh, I suppose it's around here somewhere.
Thank you. I'll mark that ice crystal. It's above the red run.
So let me give... So your map, if you remember, is partially covered.
Yeah. I'm looking at the latest one.
So the one that... So a couple of you actually have maps. I believe that Brom has a map.
A real map?
A real
He
map.
does. He does have a real map. He would take it out at their bidding since, they need to mark where they're going.
I think when you do this, Mirth looks thunderstruck and goes, "Your map's already filled in."
The joys of cartography.
It was a gift, he says simply.
Huh.
And he'd kind of like fold it out. I'm sorry, you can't see my hands, but he'd kind of like fold it out like this and then press it flat so they can look at it. And then put both hands on either side so it doesn't re-roll. So you can mark where you want to go.
Awesome. We'll make a mark of it. And I think we have some destinations.
And then after everyone got a good look, he'd refold the map and put it away.
We're not going tonight, are we? I
No.
really don't want to run into one of those light thingies again.
I know.
No,
No,
tonight
we
we're
won't
going
go.
to be resting.
At this point, Laine enters the conversation and asks the story to be told all over again. No.
We can give you the long and short of it when you come over.
I have the map. I have lived in 10 towns for years, so it's probably fine. I know exactly where he's talking about. I'm just like,
Oh.
okay. Have I heard any rumors about Caer Dunaval?
This is not something that you'd heard yet, so this is a new...
Perfect. Do I know anything about the town speaker? Like, has he done any weird stuff like my town speaker?
Let's see here. Nothing immediately comes to mind.
Perfect. Glad to know I'm from the weird one.
So what you know about Caer Dineval, you know that it's along one of the locks, so
Yeah.
It's not the lock that you're on, however. It's on Loch Dineshire
Yeah.
instead. There's a small fortress that's there, and that has served as kind of the home to the speaker for a long time.
Cool.
There's not too much else that you know. There was a ferry that used to connect it to some of the other towns, but with the lake freezing over and it being dark and cold, the ferry is shut down, so it's actually a little bit tougher to get to Caer Dineval than it used to be.
Cool. Then I have nothing to contribute to this conversation and just have been listening attentively. Yep.
So at some point, Herna will come up to you guys and say, if you leave in the morning, we'll help you find the sled with the ingots on it.
Are you sure?
You know, we've been thinking about it, and this one, and she points over to Neo. Well, he was so kind to us that we feel like, well, we just need to help out. Because you're helping us out. So we're happy to join you if you leave in the morning. It's about 8.5 hours to get there by foot.
Well, I'm sure Neo has collected plenty of things for us to do along the way, so...
Has Neo already had a warm drink?
Have I had a warm drink? No. Oh, no.
Brom's buying Neo a warm drink. He deserves it.
Aww.
Well,
When you start to get coin out to buy something, Herna goes, No. This is on us for your kindness. Your food and your drink and your stay tonight. That's our gift.
it's vodka
Are you sure?
for this tiny little guy.
This, with you taking care of that Yeti that took out poor Oblak, well, we're just happy to know he was avenged.
I'm sorry it had to come to that.
Aye, so are we, but Icewind Dale is a dangerous place, and, well, sometimes the dangers get the best of you. Make sure you're packed for a few days' travel in the wilderness. If you don't have any lamp oil or provisions, then, well, I'd have a few recommendations of where to stop over tomorrow morning before we leave.
I see. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Herna turns around, heads back to the other dwarf friends, and she goes up to the tavern keeper, talks to him for a little bit. Then the three of them head upstairs to find a room.
I would like to head out and gather the supplies, and while I am out, I would also like to buy some more warm clothing, like mittens and scarves and stuff like that, and a coat in roughly Sabine sizes.
Sounds good.
In my best estimation.
Very wise. Brom is going to get some more warm weather socks and probably an extra cloak and an extra layer of wool on the inside. I'm unfortunately going to fill in the realistic detail that it is wool, because wool has several good qualities for cold weather travel. One is that it doesn't retain your sweat, and it doesn't retain moisture, so it'll wick it out, and it'll keep you nice and warm, and you can wash it and then dry it, as long as you don't heat it too much, and it'll basically retain its shape and be reusable in the cold weather.
And the best part is the free fragrance that comes along with it.
No.
I mean, it's a fragrance.
It is a bad fragrance, especially in this not necessarily real time period. It would probably smell like a large sweaty man and also sheep. So
Large sweaty man sheep.
That's a whole
I'd like
different
to
adventure.
point out there are at least 2 large sweaty men in this group, so it's fine.
large sweaty man sheep smell.
Do you
all
produce
around.
I am
wool?
sweating.
No.
I mean, with the right magic spells, maybe.
Not yet.
Fleshies.
But yes, he's going to get some wool layering for his clothing for reasons. Yes. And he
That's
will
good.
not be wearing linen. So if he has anything linen, he'll switch it out for wool.
Sure.
I just appreciate these info drops so much.
They're fantastic.
Oh,
It's
thank
So
you.
good. I love
they really
this.
are. So you head over to Black Iron Blades. It's kind of the best place in town to get anything you would need for an adventure. Laine would know that for every night that you are out, you need about a pint of lamp oil just
Comes
to
in
keep,
pints?
comes in pints, just to keep the igloo and the tent warm.
Perfect.
Occasionally, and what you had for the first part of your trip were soaked logs, but those are rather uncommon, and usually it's just lamps and oil that keep people warm at night. So you collect all the provisions, the things that you need. You end up spending quite a bit, probably about 5 gold pieces worth of stuff. So you can mark
It's
that.
so much money. I want to haggle.
Oh, is it -5 gold for the party loot or as individuals?
We
Whoever's
don't have
doing the
party
shopping.
loot yet. I'll cover it all. It's fine.
No, I want to pay you. I'll Venmo
I
you.
mean, I go out to do the shopping. I don't know if any of you come along, but I will try and send you back to the inn and just do it all myself.
Really, roleplay opportunity. I think Mirth would follow you, and as you're going about gathering these things, as you do, since you're accustomed to doing a lot of solo adventuring in this dangerous climb, Mirth is going to ask some questions and say, yeah, just things that make sense. Like, okay, all of this hero stuff aside, what do you think is lying up ahead? Why do you think this map is all crystally and stuff? Where can I get a normal map? Also, have you heard about treasure?
That was a lot of questions all at once, friend.
Uh-huh.
I've already forgotten the first one. What? Can we start over?
Essentially, just to wrap it up,
Grabbing stuff, putting it on the pile.
making PB&Js. Yeah, I think Mirth is basically going to ask, what do you think of this map that I have? It's all ice crystally.
Don't know where that came from. Do I?
I won it.
God,
Nope. So you take a look at the map, and
It's
it is just at a
very
glance.
weird map.
It's approximately the size a map of the Icewind Dale should be, but only part of it is revealed. Mostly around the southern section.
Yeah, we can. I will add some paper to the list, and I will draw you a proper map or something.
Thank you, but I don't need a map when I've got your brain. What I'm looking for is treasure. The entire reason I came out here was for the snow cones and also treasure. I
What?
won this off a guy down south, and he said it's a treasure map from a red wizard, probably out in Thay, which is really cool. So I'm here to find the treasure.
Do I know of any treasure?
It's a frontier at the far north of everything. There's always rumors of treasure, but nothing specific, and more importantly, nothing related to the Red Wizards.
Yeah, you know what? This section here that you've got not filled in right here, this is called Kelvin's Cairn, and it's ancient burial ground of many old heroes and stuff. They've got lots of treasure up there, absolutely.
Fantastic, and that's near where the speaker did things, according to old gravelly voice.
Not
Right?
Not really. We're in Brynchander here, and that's Targos and Bremen. That's where I'm from, and up here is Lonelywood and Tourmaline, and over here this is Caer Dunaval right here in the other direction here. Kelvin's Cairn is way up top, but
Oh.
it's a bit inaccessible. Really, there's not no towns there, so.
But there's ancient treasure,
Oh.
maybe?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Listen, as we're going along, I was thinking maybe I could let you come with me, and then once we find the treasure, I can give you a cut of it. I'm giving Neo like a down payment on college already, I decided, but like, I'm happy to loop other people in.
So you're just being a patron here.
I'm but a wandering minstrel and seeker of fortune. Literally, fortune.
But
I used to be at a circus. Did you ever hear of Madame Margot's Cirque de la Nuit? I was an acrobat.
You tell me.
Yeah, very good.
Mirth does not read the
Exactly.
deception in your tone at all and preens and is like, yes, I juggled fire as an acrobat, tightrope. It's hard to do that up here, but you can juggle snowballs. Anyway, thank you for the information.
That'd be a
sincerely
great act. We won't. I appreciate the treasure hunt that you're going for here. That's not really what I'm out and about. Like I said, I'm from here, and I tap the map where Bremen is again, and I have to get back as soon as this whole job is done. So, nice adventures and things, but I'll be going home after this.
Can I come home with you? Maybe we can talk about it on the road. I really need a local. I've not been having much luck on my own. I'm lucky that I ran into all of you.
I mean, luck is one word for it.
But you're the new one. And Mirth is basically looking for buy-in. He's trying to get you to acknowledge the troop. He really wants you to be part of the thing. He's like, come on.
Listen, this job I cannot do alone, so we will be around for a while. I'm not saying you can all come home. There's enough mess there. Kids. They also have a chicken now.
I like kids and chickens.
We'll see if we ever pass through Bremen.
Sounds like a concrete plan. In the meantime, can I help you carry any of these things?
Yeah, fine. There. I have a strength of 7. You can carry it all.
Oh, yeah. Mirth is weirdly competent for his build.
Somehow I imagine Laine is actually jacked, but somehow has a strength of 7. So it's they're like those bodybuilders that only work out a few muscles. They can't actually do that much or touch their own back end.
No, what it is he's wearing so many layers and furs that he just looks incredibly wide and as buff as you would expect. And then it's okay, we're all gonna go to sleep for the night. Takes coats off and he's itty bitty.
Oh, it's like when you wash a poodle.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Brom is large. He takes off his armor and he's still large.
Still large. Yeah.
Much big.
It's very opposite for Laine.
How tall is Neo?
Large.
Wait, make up a height.
10, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
he's so tall. Oh my god, I imagined he was 5 feet tall for some reason.
It's because he's precious.
Yeah.
You can be tall and
I was
precious.
wrong. 5'7". There we go.
Oh, okay.
You are precious size.
Yes. I mean, I imagine even smaller. I'm so sorry, Neo. It's I was he's 4'11".
He's 3'10".
4 feet tall, just shrinking.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
We're gonna make you a halfling soon.
Oh,
by the end of this, we're gonna be can I carry you in my pocket?
35.
It's so perfect.
Somebody learn the reduce spell.
I mean, it's fine if he's taller. It's just for some reason my brain just made him continuously shrink.
That's funny.
So cute.
So you finish shopping, make your way back to the inn, settle in for the night. Any plans before going to bed? Neo, Brom, what are you up to during the shopping trip?
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, Brom would quietly enjoy Ol'Bitey singing every now and then. He does the thing that people do when they're introverts, where they find a corner of the bar to sit in, and then he sits down and has his 2 boring boiled eggs with salt and a piece of toast and possibly some pickled vegetables, since that's all that exists in snowy places.
Hey now,
Um,
we also have a lot of fish.
Fine. Two of those like nasty salted herrings that they have in Scotland. I've actually eaten those, and they laughed at me when I didn't eat the bones too, so I had to eat those in front of everyone.
Peer pressure is a real challenge sometimes.
Yeah, it was a lot of like small pops when I was eating.
Oh,
But
tea.
anyways,
Oh, the cold snow is harsh, no good. Oh no! If you stay outside, you're like to die. Neath the aura's glow. Oh.
Thank you. We needed DMS Machina. Like
yes. Oh no, it was salted dried herring, which is even worse. Which is like,
Uh-oh.
oh no,
you intimidated.
we
them
lost
with
Roxx.
me. That's all
Yeah,
right.
salted dried herring is an experience.
Uh-oh.
Also very chewy.
An experience Mirth is avoiding.
I'm gonna try and
Yes.
fix our cameras real quick. Well,
Okay.
Yes.
Is Brom gonna do anything else, or is he gonna hit the hay?
He'll probably have some tea and eat some salted herring or salted fish of some kind, and then chat with Roxx since Roxx is still there. See what else he's missing to restock, and then
so Roxx is restarting his computer. So if I change all of the cameras, I'm just going to have to change them back in a moment.
All right, so who are we being right now?
So
If I slouch, I can be.
The cameras are
I can
great
be
right
Brom.
now.
they're fantastic. So I'm gonna hit intermission, and the cameras are where they should be. Fantastic. Sorry for that brief technical issue. We are back. Internet has been reestablished. The connections are good, and we are at the tavern, I believe, bedding down for the evening, if I'm not mistaken. Any last thoughts before rising the next day?
Brom would pray like he usually does and gets everything, gets suited up. It probably takes him 45 minutes to put everything on in the morning.
It's all the eyeliner and mascara.
It's more like the many layers of clothing and armor, but I suppose it might involve some eye makeup too. Maybe he's learned to put the little black eyeliner on that protects your eyes from snow blindness.
Braveheart. It looks so cool. Yeah.
Yes, and actually that's also real. So that's one of the reasons why people from the far north wear these they're called snow goggles, but they're actually just like a robin mask, or wear like a black around their eyes, protect them from snow blindness.
I just
That
have tattoos
is
that
going
do
to
that.
give Neo a lot of ideas, I think. So,
Give me the makeup.
the next morning, it's the time passes. The inn is generally quiet after late at night. You do every once in a while in your bed just hear through the floor the muffled periodically throughout the night. You find that you get used to it, and when you wake up to head downstairs, the three dwarves are already packed and have all their gear ready. Herna turns to you and she's like, I hope that all of you slept well. Are you ready to head north?
Let's go.
I think
ready.
we're ready.
Wonderful.
He nods.
Wasn't there another one with you last night?
You'll
Sabine
look around.
didn't open her door when we knocked.
I think she's
Yeah.
sleeping in.
I was gonna say I just kind of brought the bundle of warm clothes and left them outside of her door, and just maybe try to are you in there? Do you want to fight a yeti? Nothing.
Did you leave them last night or did you leave them this morning?
This morning.
This morning? Okay. You leave them there, there's no response at all.
Yeah.
So-
Brom. Oh, go ahead.
I said, Herna leads you outside, says, well, as long as you're ready, let's hit the trail. leads you through the north gate, and what I need is a couple rolls of the dice. So, Niffer, if you would please roll for me a d8.
Okay.
Al, if you would roll a d4.
And
Roxx, if you would roll a d12. And T, if you would roll 2d4.
I rolled a 3.
I got a 2.
I got a 6.
It's like a train. Should I also roll?
Yes, 2d4. All right.
Why does the dice hate us?
I will keep that in mind. Hitting the trail, there's no real road to get from Bryn Shander toward Kelvin's Cairn. As you start along the path, Herna with you kind of points in the direction of Kelvin's Cairn in the distance. It's a clear, morning. Morning is a relative term. The aura has faded to the east, and that's the time that the people of Icewind Dale prefer to be out and about. The oppression of the green aura over them it's just too much for a lot of people. So as you start walking toward Kelvin's Cairn, it's nothing more than a dark silhouette blocking stars behind it. Herna points in the direction toward the silhouette and says, keeping track back, it's not tough with clear skies like this. And she turns and points to the north. That over there. She saddles up to Neo, who was the most friendly, and she took a liking to the fire Genasi. Do you see those stars over there?
What are they?
Well, we call that Vergadane's coin.
What is a Vergadane's toy?
Oh, Vergadane? Vergadane's the dwarven god of coin and merchants and trade. You see the 7 stars in a circle there. I think you southerners call it Mistra's Circle sometimes. It points true north. So if you keep an eye on those 7 stars in that circle, you'll always be able to find your way north.
That's cool.
It's wonderful. And then she kind of turns you toward Kelvin's Cairn, that silhouette of a mountain in the distance. And right over there, you see those 5 stars above the 3? Kind of looks like a box of some kind.
That point south?
No, that's the Maker's Anvil. It's another constellation. And as long as you keep the shadow of the mountain underneath the anvil, you'll find your way to the Dwarven Valley. That's the way to the sled.
And that one right there, it looks like a fish. We call that one Ol'Bitey.
Does it sing?
If you're very, very quiet.
Brom is not the smartest, but he kind of uses notebook and draw the constellations so that he remembers them and puts a note because he knows he's not going to remember.
Meanwhile, Mirth is hanging on to Neo's arm and is saying, "It's beautiful out here in its own way, isn't it?"
Shh. We have to be very, very quiet.
I don't think that's a thing. I mean, maybe.
But he just
Mom's
said it
just
was.
lying. Laine is just lying to all of you, and none of you have called him on it yet, and I love it.
Brom just kind of frowns at Laine. He knows.
Everyone tells tall tales around here. So, we're gonna head to the cairn? Is that 8 or 9 hours, did you say?
Oh, the cairn's a few days. It's about 17 hours over, but our sled's 8.5 away. We have to get it and take it back to Bryn Shander.
Okay.
Start trudging through the snow, and the day is uneventful. The snowshoes that either you have or were provided to you by the dwarves help you keep on top of this soft, powdery ice crystals. The weather comes and goes. It's still ridiculously cold. You can feel it even biting through the cold weather gear that you have. It's likely that those of you with any magic are re-upping prestidigitation periodically just for the extra bit of warmth. The winds howl, the sky is that icy clear. That kind of night sky where when you look up, the stars seem almost sharp to your sight. The first few hours of your travel is rather uneventful. Herna and the dwarves sit down around lunchtime after a few hours of traveling, and you sit and you eat, and it's hard to keep track of time without the sun or anything else. It's probably around 11:30 or so. And about that time, the wind starts blowing louder and harsher from the northwest.
I was gonna ask, when we sit down for lunch, can I light the Schwinga lantern?
Absolutely.
Just to see if anything's around.
You
And with the changing weather, maybe?
light the lantern, and the flame, or the oils in it, take a moment to catch, and when they catch, it begins to burn this white-yellow warm glow. But doesn't seem to change from that.
Can I keep it up during lunch, and then when we pack up to go, I'll be done? And
Absolutely.
turn it out.
You can keep it up the entire time. We never
I don't
know when
wanna
they're going to
waste
show
oil.
up.
How much oil do we have for it?
However many pints of oil you bought, you probably ought to write down how many you got.
Well, you just told me I spent 5 gold, so I figured you had figured out an amount.
Let me see. Mirth came with some.
I'm gonna go.
Lots, actually.
I'm gonna open the PHB and figure out how much oil costs per
I
bottle.
think it's only a few silver apiece.
Yeah, it's 1 silver. 5 silver for a lamp, 1 silver for an oil.
Yep, it's 1 silver,
And oil.
basically an hour.
So we got like a bunch of oil. Brom would
Yes.
volunteer to carry some of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can share the weight of it. Oil is critical, so
It burns for
Definitely would
6
stock up.
hours on 1 pint of oil.
Yep.
Cool.
So give yourselves, probably 6 pints of oil or so.
Yes, 6 pints. Deal. Writing it down.
And as that wind starts to blow, the stars seem to go out as clouds roll in, cover it
Oh
all.
boy.
The brightness begins to fade, or the dim light of the stars and moon fades even more. Herna looks over at the group of you, like, "Ugh. I've got a feeling in my nose that a blizzard is coming."
yeah, definitely. I guess we should prep for the blizzard.
Blizzard band time!
Blizzard band time.
Wait, how do you feel it through your nose?
It's just where I feel blizzards. Where do you feel blizzards?
Don't answer that.
Mostly my shoulder.
I probably shouldn't.
We can keep pushing if you want. Tie ourselves together and try and make it.
Not worth it. We should just camp out.
I trust your judgment in that. I figure we just have a bit of time before it arrives. So.
All right.
You think we have enough time to get there?
No, we're still about, I'd say 2.5 hours out.
When do you think it'll be here?
Oh, we've got 30 minutes, an hour.
Most.
Oh no.
Mm.
Let's check up and wait it out. We're not dwarves.
Alright.
Not everybody has that fortitude.
We're not dwarves. That's the only reason we're not going.
I appreciate that vote of confidence. Let's get to building.
Yeah.
And the dwarves kind of guide you, much how Laine reinforced the tent. Except these dwarves don't bother with a tent at all. They just shape the blocks directly from the snow. They dig down into the deep snow partially, and it takes about the entire time before the blizzard arrives to prep the igloo of sorts. This temporary shelter to hide from the blizzard.
And no Schwingas lit up anything yet, did they?
Nope, the lantern did not change color.
Okay.
Yet.
About the
Brom.
time... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say Brom would help them out.
About the time that... Woo!
Oh.
About the time that the blizzard arrives, you hear a very unusual call. It's something that many of you haven't heard before, but Laine, you recognize it right away.
Star Wars is here. What?
That's horrifying.
It's a call of a crag cat.
Oh, gross.
You hear it somewhere in the distance. Now, you know that crag cats are unlikely to hunt in the blizzard itself. But you know that if you hear them this close now, they'll likely be somewhere waiting by the time you approach.
See now, crag cats. Are they like bobcats? Or like the cat I have at home?
So, a crag cat are also known as manhunters.
Okay.
That's
That's a good fact.
reassuring.
To know. I was like, is this possibly one that my little children have taken home and domesticated?
It is not.
Okay, cool.
Oh, great. It's a bloody lion.
So
Oh,
the
it's so
creature
cute.
referred in the Northlander lore as the Hunter of Men is a sure-footed predator that can be found anywhere except the deep forest.
Oh, it's an ice lion. Oh no.
He's a big boy.
The big
Yeah, he's like a dire lion.
Yep, we're getting
lion.
a pet. Somebody's gonna ride this thing. We're getting.
I was literally just thinking about that too.
Maybe if Neo's good boy skills go far enough.
Come on, we
Animal
look,
handling ain't good enough for that.
we all got it out of our system with the Yeti. That means we'll be able to tame this one immediately. That's how it works,
gives
right?
Laine a really slow and careful.
This was
look.
Niffer, not Laine.
Oh, Al gives Niffer a really slow and careful look.
Yep. Niffer take.
The blizzard arrives in full force, and you find yourself retreating into the igloo. And it begins in earnest. The wind blows, the ice falls, and you're not sure how long. The first hour passes. The dwarves have sat down to play a game of cards together.
Ooh, wait. I'll play.
Oh boy.
Sit down. Just play for fun. So don't get too excited.
Oh, but wouldn't it be more fun if we played for just a little bit of coin?
The two dwarves with Herna kind of look her way and shrug. We can put up coppers if you want.
Coppers are better than nothing. I'm in.
They teach you how to play a game of some version of dwarven poker. That you've never played before.
Also,
I
it's worth
love
noting
it.
we did get a good table.
Oh, was it a good table? Wonderful.
It
This
was
is-
500 bits, so it's a good table. Thanks, Dr. Tavern.
I will
Wait, what
grab
did we get?
A
Thank
good
you,
table.
Doctor.
You know, not a bad.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Cool.
So tips will
Dream noob.
help
That's cool.
affect everything, including things like good tables and bad tables. I have a good table somewhere that I can't find. So go ahead and we'll just do a simple roll-off for the game to see if you win or lose, because there's no real rules to this game.
Okay.
So roll a d20.
Okay.
And if you're... then add your charisma modifier.
Okay.
Just a charisma check.
And can I use Jack of all trades to add half of my proficiency bonus rounded down to any ability check you make that doesn't already include a proficiency bonus?
Sure.
Aha! Okay. I'm gonna get some coppers, maybe. Mm-hmm. 19.
19. You start playing, and the second hour passes with you winning hand after hand after hand. And before long, your three companions look rather nonplussed, and you're, let's say, 3d12 coppers richer.
Yay! It's not about the coppers, it's about the principle. And how fun it is. Thanks to Mora, I'm gonna flip a coin for Lady Luck.
And then, Roxx, why don't you roll us the D100?
Oh dear. Let's see here. We're feeling lucky today. We're not that lucky today. 73.
73. As the blizzard begins to die down in the third hour, okay. Interesting. All right.
Oh no.
So the blizzard dies down and passes. Herna looks up. None too soon. Take all our coin. You take to the game quick, Mirth.
Dwarven games are fantastic.
Dwarven everything is fantastic.
I
Come on.
agree.
You emerge from the igloo, everything covered in a fresh layer of snow. Herna looks around, and as the clouds part, is able to get the bearings once again and point you toward Kelm's Cairn, at least the direction that you're going. And as you come out of the igloo, there is a small figure sitting cross-legged on top of it.
Is my lantern
Aquila?
glowing, or am I upset?
Your lantern is not glowing.
I am upset.
It's the little man?
You see a small... It's hard to tell. Doesn't appear particularly masked nor femme.
I just
And
nod.
they have a halo on their head that very much appears to be made of wire. They have two wings coming out their back and a little almost Cupid-like strap, and are holding a bow and arrow.
It's an angel.
Is that what we're looking for?
Nice look.
They're most angelic. Pulls an arrow, draws it back, and sends it flying toward Neo.
Oh, phew.
Why me?
Because you have fire hair. You're just really tempting. It's like, what do we shoot? The guy with the bright blue flame head or some other rando? Like,
You see just before the arrow's shot that the tip looks to be a little red heart of some kind. And it passes straight into Neo. It doesn't hurt in any real way. You look down. By the time you look up, the figure that shot the arrow is already gone. And Neo, you just have this deep sense of warmth and just general love radiating.
aw.
And you know that at some point today, and it has to be before the auroras come again, you can share that love with any creature or NPC. And you just think that will be beneficial.
Aw.
So you're not
Suddenly,
sure how.
it's The Bachelor.
No.
You gotta give your rose out.
No.
Yep,
Pull out
you
a
just
fire
have a
rose.
feeling. You have a feeling that if you share that love, that it will spread.
He just like turns around to everybody. I love you guys.
Love
boy.
me too.
That's
That's it.
Mirth
nice.
will give a hug if it is wanted. Like, you know what? Yeah, buddy. Also, is there an arrow hole? Nope. Okay, interesting. And is going to look over at Laine and say, I take it that's not an
Obviously not.
angel or your spouse
Definitely not
or
an
a
angel.
Schwinga, but it likes you.
The like is a strong word there.
Agreed, but it keeps following you.
I think it
Not
loves you.
Following.
It likes you.
As you are discussing the
No.
plan, you hear in the distance that call again.
Oh god, I forgot about the
Oh
cats.
no.
Jesus.
So,
We're like, look at this cool little creature, and there's cats like in the
The
background.
turtles took us so out of the game.
God
Brom would
damn
have
it.
given consensual shoulder pats.
the way that we are doing the random encounters is as a essentially skill challenge. So do 5 things to be helpful in either fighting or escaping, and that will help move forward. If you fail, something bad might happen. If at any point you'd rather just fight however many crag cats there might be, then
The one.
for your action, you can say, I want to roll initiative. Now, that doesn't mean everyone will, but it is an option that everyone has. So there's no turn order. If any of you have any thoughts,
Where have we seen the cats or have we just heard them?
you've just heard them.
We've
From
only
which
heard them.
direction?
Give me a perception check.
Ooh. I don't know what my bonuses are. Oh, unnatural 20.
A natural 20.
Unnatural.
Unnatural.
Sad
A dirty
20.
20. A sad 20.
Sad 20.
A fake 20.
An imposter 20.
An imposter 20.
A sus 20, if you will.
Like that one.
That's
So,
sweating on my
Laine stops for a moment while Mirth is, worried about Neon. What's going on? Shush, 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 shush. And you get a general idea of where they're at and ways to help avoid them. So that's 1 success.
Sweet. Oh, we got a raid.
Hey, welcome everybody.
Hooray, welcome.
Hey, monkey,
Hooray.
welcome
Hi,
again.
Raid.
We're fighting some Wilhelm screams.
Yes, we're fighting Wilhelm cats.
Thank you for entrusting your audience with us this evening. We're having some fun in Icewind Dale. Wilhelm's screaming cats are trying to be hunted down. So that's 1 major success. What
Cool.
is anyone else going to do?
Brom is going to get his sword out and get ready to fight. Also, I got real life raided by my fiance just a second ago. So, hi,
Oh,
Deke.
Yeah.
All
we love
right.
fiance.
Everyone said hi.
But also Al especially.
Al said, especially me. Sorry, she's far away now. All right. But yes, Brom would get his sword out and kind of straightens up his armor. He seems like he's ready to fight if everyone else is. Crack knuckles.
My contribution is going to be casting Bardic Inspiration on Brom, so that Brom can just do his Bromishness if needed competently.
Okay.
Competently is a good adjective or adverb.
Oh.
there.
That came across kind of aggro. That's not what I intended.
That's all right. That's all right.
I think it's perfect.
Okay, he wouldn't take it personally.
Neo sees Brom take out a sword and goes to stand behind him just in case.
Okay.
They're ready.
I think that counts as a major success. Getting Neo out of the way.
Stealth mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Stealth mode.
Just hide Neo and we have advantage.
Herna
Hide
and
the
the
baby.
Herna and the dwarves look at you as like, it's not a good sound. We can't stay still. We have to keep moving.
Okay, let's hustle.
All right. So they're gonna try and stealth around the cats. Is that my understanding?
Well, so Herna is just urging you forward, standing still being a very bad idea.
I don't think we can out stealth them.
And as you are working your way past a section of rocks, you hear one of the dwarves in the back go, "Hey!"
Oh no.
As
Oh no.
something reached out to claw at... Oh, they're whispering to me. Something reached out to claw, but fortunately missed. It screams out, "Hey, They're right behind us! They're right behind us!
That's so
Brom
awful.
kind of bangs his arm against his armor and says, "Behind me!"
Don't have to
You'll
tell
go
me
straight
twice.
behind Brom.
Everybody's like,
It's
bye.
it's a
We're
loud
already
sound.
there.
I'm sorry. He's got a breastplate, so when you clash your gauntlet against your breastplate, it makes like a loud like pot banging sound.
Why don't you go ahead and make an intimidation check?
All right.
You also have a +2 to any check or save if you'd like.
I'll take it. I'm probably
Thank
going
you,
to
Sir
need
Heck.
it.
Use Bardic if you want.
Just add
Wait.
all the boosts.
You got an 11 plus 2 plus what's Bardic?
Just a d6.
Roll a d6.
All right. Find out. 5. Okay.
2 plus 5. End up with a 19?
18.
18. There's a bang, and you hear this yowl of something that seems startled somewhere fairly nearby.
Brom kind of makes he's kind of like standing so that he looks scary, but he makes a gesture with his thumb that's like, keep going.
Can I do
It's 2
a
successes.
second thing?
Yes, you may. Everyone's got another one going.
Sweet. I would like to take out probably like a fish or something from lunch, or from like meat, something like that, and tennis serve it behind us with Eldritch Blast, please. Just like throw it up in the air and just like and see if I can just like send a distraction their way and see if I can get them to start fighting over meat that isn't us.
Sounds good. Make a deception check. Or maybe it would either deception or persuasion, your choice.
They're both the same modifier, so 15?
15? You send this bit of knucklehead that you had saved for later flying through the air. It lands, and it doesn't take very long before you do hear another one of those yowls that sound suspiciously like human screams right in the direction you sent that flying. So it felt pretty good. You think you really helped, and that's the
Cool.
third major success.
Then I will
Let me help.
just pull people behind us. I will also stand. I will interpose.
Yeah, you can't
Alongside
see my
Brom.
you can't see my stance, but I'm kind of standing with the arms out.
Rom and Laine are T-posing in front of the
Yeah.
rest of the party.
He's doing this, which is like weird, you know.
I do that too, but it doesn't make much of a difference because I'm a twig.
Oh, well,
Looking
Mirth
big
is,
and looking loud.
Mirth is remembering his cheer squad and how you both are like in about the right position, and he's like, should I? It's snowy. And is going to cast Minor Illusion to mimic the sound of the Yeti that was roaring at us a while ago. Just maybe the cats will think it's scary because it's bigger than they are, I think.
Sounds like an excellent idea. And because you're using a spell now, minor illusion.
Cantrip?
What level is that? It's a cantrip. So I would like you to let's say either deception or intimidation. It's your choice, and you can roll with
Hopefully.
advantage.
Okay. Let's see. Do we have either? Oh, both are reasonable. Okay.
That's nice.
And then I'm gonna add Jack of all trades to that, and it's advantage. So let's pray. Ooh, I got an 18 though, and that's 22? Question mark?
Points. You cast minor illusion, and you hear coming from the rocks not too far away one of those Yeti noises from earlier, and there's the return of the cats that seem very concerned with that noise, which is a fourth success as everyone is being shuffled further down the path. Neo?
Neil's still going to be hiding behind Brom, trying to look as tough as possible, but not succeeding.
Okay.
You can see that he is shaking, but he still has like his fist ball, like he's about to get ready to fight.
Okay. So as you keep going, there is no, you don't feel like you've lost them entirely. You just have this weird sense of being watched. And as you pass through another rocky outcropping, there's another claw that slashes out at one of your dwarven compatriots. And
The dwarves aren't behind us yet?
well, it's
impossible
you
to
can't really
cover
see,
all of
so
them.
you can't cover
That's true.
everyone. So somewhere in front of you, since you're in the back, a claw slashes out and catches one of the dwarves and starts dragging them toward the rocks.
Oh, hell no.
This
Yeah,
is why the
Um,
NPCs came along. So that
Yeah,
none
No!
of us got to-
I think not. They're
Then
gonna get
us.
it's gonna get attacked.
that way none of us had to get dragged off.
We are not going to let that dwarf get eaten on our watch, guys.
No, we're
we
definitely not.
won't. I'll go
Alright.
get-
I'm going to attack it. Not the dwarf, but whatever the hell that
Yeah,
cat
Brom is gonna lunge and attack that thing, and would probably he'd probably try and intimidate it away from him or her first.
You can either attack. They didn't grab Herna, and the other two dwarves are both him.
Okay.
So grabbing at him. It is up to you. You can either attack or just try an intimidation. You have a feeling that since it has a hold of prey, intimidation will be a lot harder than trying to stab.
Mhm.
Drop it.
Brom's gonna try
I'm-
intimidation, but he also has his sword out, so
Mm.
next time it'll be more than intimidation.
All right. You can attempt intimidation. Roll to intimidate it.
Brom makes a loud guttural sound that becomes like higher pitched the closer he comes to it. So it starts out being scary and then kind of like becomes like a scary shriek.
So many noises happening.
Suddenly we have a banshee in our party.
Yay!
It's what happens when you start off like trying to sound scary and then actually become scared.
Yeah.
A natural 20. So
Oh.
it might feel like you sounded scared as you got closer, but apparently you hit the exact right tone that thing can hear, and it and drops the dwarf and takes off
Woohoo!
for
That noise was so good.
a fifth major success, and all of you are a little uncertain if they're still behind you or not, but after a few more minutes of kind of hustling down the path, you really get the sense, okay, we've put that behind us. And
I just want to appreciate you and the fact that you go there. You're like, a cat scream? Hell yes. Snaps for that DM.
the screams sounding like humans are Icewind Dale canon. I went Wilhelm as the only obvious.
That's
Crag
the
cast.
best
It's
scream.
most excellent. Yeah, Brom would grab that dwarf's arm as soon as the cat dropped it and kind of was the dwarf hurt?
Not badly, not enough to
Okay.
To kill him, but they're tough and hardy, but they're not adventurers.
Okay. He'd lay on hands him because they're, currently in contact with one another as he dragged him back towards the group. Brom is about as strong as he looks, so he'd probably be able to do so.
What is that like?
Very strong. Much big.
Wow.
As
I know, very, very descriptive. I'm sorry, go ahead.
as the last hour of your trip, approximately of when the dwarves thought they might find the sled, reaches, you do find some actual surprising, so they must not be far ahead, fresh tracks in the snow. You also
Okay.
see the frozen, dismembered remains of a dwarf nearby. Snow is covering most of the gory bits, but the headless torso and severed limbs are still visible. You see tracks all around it, and telltale grooves in the snow left behind by a sled that has been pulled away. Herna and the other dwarves go over and kneel next to the remains there, and you can overhear a few words that they share. We're sorry we had to run like that, Ubok. We got away, though. We got away.
I don't think he'd blame you. I'll help you if you wish to do any rites with him.
Well, we'd like to take what's left home, as awful as that sounds.
It's not awful at all. And he'd actually help do so, even though it's gross. I mean, at least now it's frozen, so
frozen.
it's not.
So
It's less messy than it could be. He'd offer to use his cloak is sacrificed yet again, as he offers to use it to wrap their remains so that it's easier to carry.
sounds like a plan. You find yourself standing nearby a number of tracks, sledge marks, but no sled.
Follow those sledge marks.
I would offer up my shield to kind of just use as a sled to hold the remains if we need it.
Much better than my idea of like piéting his
Yep.
remains. I'm sorry, I made a bad literary reference.
Never apologize for that.
You follow the tracks through the
Can I
snow.
check for tracks? Like,
If you want to make a survival check,
okay.
feel free. The tracks are pretty easy to see, and they must be fresh because the blizzard has only been gone for about
Yeah.
an hour.
10?
A 10? You take a look at the tracks, and the best you can tell, they're made by smaller creatures and a number of them.
Mm-hmm. Like the cat's smaller?
They're not cat tracks, they're definitely
Okay.
bipedal.
So baby yetis?
Looking at the tracks, you actually, and without any other descriptor than this, they seem vaguely familiar, but you can't put your finger on it.
Hey.
Can Brom try survival? He's not particularly good, but
Neither was I. It's fine. Should
Not
we?
yeah, go ahead. Just make a regular survival.
okay. Do I get bardic inspiration still?
Nope, you
No,
only
you
get
used it.
one time you used it.
Okay.
Should we follow the tracks, gang, or should we not?
Do we know who took the sled?
A yeti?
Do we want to
7.
fight the Yeti?
So Brom looks at the tracks as Laine is, and every time Laine's like, yes, there's a number of small creatures. Brom's going, number of small creatures.
Yep.
Just
I mean-
repeating the exact thing that Laine is saying after Laine says it with a
Perfect.
thoughtful nod.
Oh my god, we love Brom.
That's exactly what he does. Yep.
The number of small creatures heading that way over there. Probably a lot of them. Yep.
Yes, we did promise to get their sled back, so we should go.
I was like, I appreciate that greatly. Let's hope they can't be far. It's snowing so hard.
Yeah.
Come on. It doesn't take
we
you
go.
It doesn't take you long to catch up. And I will give you what you're seeing. So go ahead and drop yourselves in the
Yay.
box that is on the left side of this screen. You can be anywhere in there.
Gonna jump in the frozen pond. I'm kidding. That's not smart. Oh,
Plunge.
you may have that.
And as you get this close, it becomes apparent that the creatures that you've been following appear to be goblins based on their stature. And you see 6 of them surrounding the sled in question. Herna immediately goes, "Hey, there it is." They're grunting and groaning and cursing loudly as they haul the bulky sled toward what in the distance looks like it's a wagon pulled by 2 rather irate looking polar bears.
Oh, we gotta free the bears.
The bears.
I will give you a picture of that. So you see the
Ooh,
2 bears
cool.
pulling the
Oh.
sled.
Some
Yeah,
angry looking bears.
We gotta free those bears. We can't let them stay that grumpy.
I don't know if they're going to appreciate our rescue efforts. They might be how do we say chaotic grumpy?
Chaotic grumpy. I love that.
Neo, you still got to get in our box.
I just
Yeah.
dropped Neo on, but
Oh,
I
good.
forgot to put them on the correct layers.
I didn't even realize I wasn't in the box.
In the box.
And you're never in the box, Neo.
He's a rebel, okay?
How would you like to deal with this? In fact, why don't we, just so that we have some forced decisions, roll initiative?
Oh, yay.
Oh, I got cleared out. Now, just because we're rolling initiative doesn't mean you have to fight them if you don't want to, but they get to move and make actions too, so we're going to give a little bit of order to the chaos.
Brom's gonna, as he's definitely not the leader of the party, but he's definitely gonna make an executive decision.
Yeah,
And
who
this
do you think
decision-
is the leader of the party?
I don't
think we're
know,
a
Laine?
democracy.
Not
Not Laine.
Laine. Okay.
It's
Then-
Neo.
Neo.
Neo's the
Neo.
leader.
Neo. Let's
I'll
fix
Neo.
it.
worship Neo.
I want a 3 initiative.
Well,
We stand.
King
We
Neo.
love to see it.
Brom's gonna make a decision all on his own somehow. He's actually going to look at the goblins and say, "Drop that right now."
Hey.
What? They just pause, and one of them turns around and goes, "Eh? No, mine. Finders keepers."
It is not yours. The rightful owners are with us.
No, we found it. We own. Come, push, push, and they start.
Do the goblins seem to know about the polar bear chariot over there?
They appear to be heading straight toward it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's theirs.
Okay.
They've leveled up in their ho-ho my ladding.
In their what now?
Oh,
It's,
I'm sorry. Hobbit.
Animated Hobbit. Real good.
And if everyone
And
else could roll
pass.
initiative for me, Laine's in there, but
I got a 14, which
Oh.
I guess sorry.
nope, that's all right. I'll stick you in there.
And Neo got a.
Oh, I got a 18. I just didn't click my token. My apologies.
All right, Mirth, what did you get?
14. Although,
So Brom got a
18?
18. Sweet innocent Neo got
3.
a 3.
Party leader, right?
Party
there.
leader!
Party leader.
saving the best for last.
We'll see.
So, Brom, you calling out to them is actually fortunate because you did end up at the top of the order anyway. They ignore you completely. Laine, how do you want to deal with this interesting group?
So I see by here. No, hang on, wrong layer. Here and here look to be like holes in the ice. Is that a fact that we are on ice and there's water beneath it?
It's some kind of accumulated water. It's hard to tell what's underneath beyond that.
Okay.
You don't think you're on a larger body of water, but it's certainly possible.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I will just kind of walk out this direction away from the rest of the group. And I would like to taunt them, please.
Okay.
And just kind of like generally make a ruckus and a nuisance of myself while also eldritch blasting at them.
At them or hitting them?
Hitting them.
Hitting them?
This one.
Go ahead and Eldritch Blast.
Cool. I don't know. That's a sus 20.
That will hit.
Cool.
And what does your Eldritch Blast look like? Since I don't believe it has been cast.
Oh, I've cast it several times. I don't think I've actually described
I don't think we talked about it.
So Laine's face and neck and everywhere probably is covered in these runes that are kind of like dark blue. But as he casts magic, they all kind of like glow and light up and almost like lift off of his skin. And then just kind of like as the magic like leaves towards its intended destination, that like runes kind of return back to where they belong.
Cool.
Wonderful.
I rolled
And the
6
damage. 6 damage?
Yes, please.
This bolt of energy goes flying and catches this goblin right in its chest.
cowards!
It's the one that turned to talk to engage with Brom a little bit. Hits him full in the chest. Ah! Why did you? Ah! And it's hurting badly. It starts to push, boss.
Cowards!
It's still alive, but it is hurting badly. He is
Make it
barely
weak.
helping push.
Oh.
Mirth.
Honesty check. I got a 14, not a 15, so the goblin would go in front of me.
Okay. So the goblin that was worth something being
We got a good table!
another
Thanks.
good table.
Mr. Rogers.
Yay!
Mr.
Thank
Rogers,
you, Mr.
thank you. If
Rogers.
there's anybody that you want to roll that, go ahead and let us know. Otherwise, I'll have one of them roll that here in just a moment. And it may matter in combat, so we'll let that roll if you pick someone, or if a couple turns pass, I'll grab somebody. So you almost kill that thing, and they all start pushing. Now they don't make it very far. But they do make it somewhere, and that counts for something. The entire time yelling, "Boss! Boss! Boss!"
No. Stop yelling that.
Alright, there. Oh, I've got to put this on the right layer. Token layer. And token layer. As they proceed onward. Mirth, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, buffering here. I'll save that one. Mirth is going to.
And then Nif, you can roll.
Yes.
Let me zoom in here.
So last night I rolled and I got 69. It was great. I just got 63 though. I was so close.
We'll do that right after Mirth's turn.
Let me see. I have to measure to see if I can actually hit them from this distance or not.
Yes.
Where's my measuring stick? Hold on.
Fourth one down.
Cool. Oh, sweet. We good. Thank you. Yeah, Mirth is gonna actually take out his crossbow, which is like it's hand painted. It's pretty. It almost looks like, you know how merry-go-rounds of an old style have like the filigree and stuff on it. This one's kind of dinged up, but it looks like it was once very charming. And he's gonna see if he can shoot. Maybe the wounded guy. Let's see if he can just not. 14 to hit.
14. You send the crossbow bolt flying, and it sails through the air, lands in the cart that they're pushing, just past its
Dang
head.
it.
Just barely whiffed it. In fact, he pauses while the rest of them keep pushing, and just kind of turns and looks at you very slowly. And even from here, you can kind of see the shudder in his eyes. It's like his entire life flashed before his eyes.
Oh,
Poor little guy. I almost feel bad for them.
Me too.
Almost.
I don't.
same.
I mean, they'd murder you in like a jiffy, so it's, I don't know. And anyways,
On the
Right.
Cart, a goblin clambers up from within, some kind of hatch that's in there, stands up on the top, takes a look that way, and you can just barely make out him yelling, "Ah! What's turn
taking so long? What do they want?
You see him kind of wait there. He appears to have a bird of some kind on his arm.
A bird?
Yep,
What kind of bird?
Maybe a hawk.
Oh.
Right on.
A new pet.
Pretty
Is it
good
like a
size.
deadly snow hawk or something really evil? Or is it just like a normal hawk?
Just
I guess we can't see, but
It's just 200 feet away. It's a bird of some kind. It's bigger than a parrot, smaller than a condor.
That narrows it down.
And Neo, it's your Neo. Before your turn, we will do a little visitor. So
Must all our tables be delivered by him?
Oh my gosh!
Must they?
every
Who's
table
this like?
Wow.
you
It's like benefactor, our
That's-
sponsor.
nearby, between Brom and Mirth, there is this patch of ice, and the two of you look over, and you see a figure ice skating upon it.
Great.
Wearing a sock hat of some kind, probably just some brown knit sock hat, skating, and they have in one hand a ribbon on a stick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it the ribbon stick
That
again?
is this twirling behind them as they jump and leap in the air, and they are wearing a leotard with a little tutu.
Aw.
And they skate in a corner. I can't. This thing's very much a creature to me. It's hard for me.
I love this, buddy.
They skate in a circle, twirling the ribbon, and with a big gesture, spin it, pull it down, and between Brom and Mirth, a very small campsite, almost like a miniature that someone has put together of a campsite, appears on the ground on a small patch of lovely green grass. You can see a tiny little fire burning with a little pot on it. And, it looks like a rather pleasant place. And it's probably about, I'd say an 8-inch in diameter circle that this little tent is on. And it's just this sitting there, 3-dimensional campsite, ground between the two of you. The
That's remarkable.
figure does another twirl and starts spinning faster and faster, and the ribbon is chasing, and then it just slowly disappears.
Huh.
Now we have to do 2 bad tables because somebody made a perfectly balanced as all things should be joke.
Wonderful.
Thanks, chat.
We'll get through another turn, and then
But
we
yes.
will.
DM, do you want us to wait to investigate the little campsite until our turns?
You can do that on your turn if you want, as part of
Okay.
your turn, or you can wait till after.
Okay.
Neo, it's your turn, and we will do a couple bad tables right after your turn.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, Neo, he's looking a little bit more confident than he usually does, mainly because the enemies are a little bit smaller than they've been before and less growly. So he puts his hand on his hip and one hand up, pointing at them, and he's like, "I won't allow you to steal that cart. We were told to bring it back, and we're gonna bring it back." And he's actually just gonna start charging forward as much as he can.
Ours, finders keepers.
I'm gonna get that cart back.
Ours.
It doesn't belong to you. You'll
Does
regret your
now.
decision. Oh, he charged.
He charges.
You go, little
to the
buddy.
side.
And then
Oh,
to
yeah, you do.
keep spreading the rolls around, Al, would you roll a D100?
No, sure.
And then T, would you roll a D100 also?
All right.
Nothing else I can really do for my turn, so that is it for me.
Sounds good.
87.
I mean, can you dash? Was that a dash?
Was a dash.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Also, T's going to ask Mirth, do you want to investigate the tiny campsite? Because Brom's probably going to be in, hopefully not murder mode, but also possibly murder mode.
You should probably start jogging over there. And if this was like to be described in a split-second decision, it would be Brom looking at Mirth, Mirth nodding at Brom, and then looking. But
Yeah,
I rolled a 98, by the way. Yeah.
Nice.
A 98.
Whatever the heck that
87.
is. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Whatever that means.
Those up.
I rolled a 69 on my dice.
Hey.
These
Better
dice
late
roll
than
that
never.
very often, and I love it. I just
Alright.
was like, I wonder what I would get. Oh, look.
All right. I will resolve that after the next turn. Sir Brom, go ahead.
All right. So Sir Brom Laden is going to get his butt over there with the double move actions exist in 5e.
Yep.
Right?
It's
Yep,
a dash.
dash
You use your
action.
action to move again.
Okay. So he can move 60 feet. I think that's over there. Let me remeasure.
Sure.
Yeah. One more.
And then Brom has 4d4 of healing
Hey!
in his pocket.
Ooh,
Woohoo!
4d4. Dang. I'm gonna add
So
that
good
to his
to
notes.
us.
Yes, thank you. Let me add that to his notes before I forget, because that's gonna happen immediately.
The- and then a d4 for intern support, Niffer.
Yay! I'm the most loved intern at TPK. I'm the
So-
only intern.
As Brom runs forward, Laine, you get a weird feeling.
Oh.
You look around a moment, you look down, and there's a very familiar figure at your
Can
feet
he not? Can they not?
who has a hand up to their mouth and is trying to stifle a giggle. They have been trying to do this in silence every time they've appeared, and he's and this time they are wearing a cowboy hat, typical 10-gallon hat, has a belt with some kind of gun and a pistol as pocket, and you see they reach behind their back and toss something in the air over you. And as you look up, it drops over your neck, and you see around your neck for the briefest of moments a target. And then that fades from view. They wink and disappear into the snow.
Seems legit.
One of the bad tables. Laine, go ahead and take your turn.
Cool. I would like to saunter my 30 feet, which is gonna get me to that one right there. Nope, right there. Yes. And I would like to just be yelling taunts the entire way of, "You're doing a terrible job. You can't even pull that sled the right way," and like fire off Eldritch Blasts again, but just still just yelling demeaning things at them and try and distract them and draw their fire.
Sure. Which
I
one are you
rolled
shooting
another.
at?
I rolled another sus 20. No,
Okay.
I'm aiming at a full health one just to try and destabilize the whole thing and make more of them slowed. So, another sus 20.
So your tattoos glow and your Eldritch Blast goes flying. And just before it arrives, a very small figure shows up with what appears to be a silver bowl. And
Busy.
standing between you and them, they catch the Eldritch Blast in the bowl. It spins around and comes flying back towards you.
Oh.
Does a 20 hit your AC?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, roll damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
Oh.
So in the midst of just yelling demeaning things at the goblins, I just stop and just yell, "I'm busy!"
Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. And then for the other three of you, Roxx, roll a d6 for me.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go grab some Christmas kettle corn. But I'm coming back right now.
Yum!
That sounds so good. I got a 3.
3, 2, 3. Well, so this will happen to Brom as soon as T returns.
Whoop.
Oh dear.
Punish. No kettle corn for you. No corns.
The goblins who have been blasted out are yelling, "Faster! Faster! Oh god, they're trying to take it! They're trying to take it from us! It's ours! It's ours, fair and square! We found it!"
Yeah, stinker Davy things!
And they move another few feet toward their cart.
We can't let them get there.
Sure we can, it's fine. Guess what?
And T, because of the roll of the dice, it landed on you. You,
Kettle corn damage.
What landed on me? Oh, here's the kettle corn in case anyone's curious.
Aw.
You feel a very, very slight weight appear on your shoulder. Or you're not sure where it came from. And when you look over, you are looking eye to eye with about a foot tall little creature with a huge grin on their face. And they have a blindfold on. And not a blindfold, dark glasses on. And they have a white tipped stick. And they're going to reach out and tap you on the nose
Oh no.
as you go blind.
Oh,
Ooh.
dang it.
Oh! They're the worst!
They really are.
And then with a giggle, they disappear.
I mean, I got a dollhouse thing out of it. Feeling pretty good.
I had to Eldritch Blast myself.
Stop hitting yourself.
At
Don't
least from
introduce that phrase to them. They would like it too much.
Mirth, it is your turn.
Sure. Mirth leans down and very carefully. Can the campsite be picked up, or is it just like a stationary sculpture?
You don't know yet.
I'm gonna reach down and sort of just interact with it. Just give it a little poke. It's so cute.
As you lift, it's an 8-inch figure of a campsite, and no matter how you turn it, nothing falls off of it.
Even if
Yeah.
it's upside down, like Cold Stone.
Yep, upside down,
Wow.
it does, nothing falls apart. You
So
get a sense
cute.
that you could create a very safe place with this exactly one time.
Oh, nifty.
Love to see
So you can
it.
have safe camp.
Oh, that's nice. I'm going to put that in my pocket
Okay.
for us. And then I think, I know, was that the majority? Was that my main action?
I'll do that as an incidental action because you just picked it up. You didn't really.
Okay. I'll pick up the adorable thing and go, ooh, nifty, and put it in the pocket, and then is going to, having reloaded the crossbow, is going to jog a little closer and say, Brom, do you see where they're at?
Brom would turn around and say, "I can't see anything." Since he
Turns
only
around
since
to
he
the wrong direction.
I mean, that's exactly what. Well, he knows which way Mirth was standing, so he turned kind of in that direction. I can't see anything at all. I don't know what
Okay.
in God's.
It looks like he got bespelled. We'll work on that in a minute. And I think Mirth is going to try and shoot again.
Sure.
Those happy goblins as they run away unscathed. Let's see. Oh. This time I actually got a good roll. 20? Sus 20?
A sus 20 will hit. Which one are you shooting? The one that's been
I
hurt?
like
Or
The
This is
wounded
ready.
one. I'm taking him
wounded one?
out. We gotta slow him down. Do you want me to roll damage, or is he really weak?
You don't need to. That's how bad he was.
Okay.
Your crossbow
Pick
bolt
him
goes
up.
flying, and this time, instead of missing his head, it just buries in between his shoulder blades, and he falls. to the
Oof.
ground.
Mirth is gonna blow the smoke off the end of his crossbow. It's just frosty air out of his own mouth. Brom, I've got your back. I'll protect you. Where's
Brom.
Neo?
Oh no, we lost a baby.
You're right there. You're fine.
Yeah, but Brom kind of blinks as if processing that thought and then decides not to think and keeps like moving forward in the directions the goblins were.
That's a good idea. Just don't think.
Don't
goblin-
think. Don't think.
Never
Just go.
think.
The goblin on top of the cart in the distance is like trying to encourage the rest of them. He's like, come on, faster, faster, faster. Neo.
Can we shoot him?
I'm almost
going
there.
to actually dash forward this time. And I'm going to say sorry to Brom as I'm running right past him too. Okay, let me see. Okay, what is my movement? That's funny. At 40, so I can go 80.
That's right. You're so fast.
Yeah, you are.
Do you
Wait,
Naruto
what?
run? I ask you that every session. All the two
Naruto
sessions we
run.
played. Yeah.
He's gotta. I bet he does.
Or is it like the
I-
Flash, like the arm thing?
Depends on how fast he's going with the dash. We'll say Naruto runs,
Okay. Yep.
regular
Got it.
runs, flash running.
Yeah.
I
Got it.
completely where I was moving to. We're going right here, right where this rock is. Close to it.
This is a nice rock.
I
It's
like
a
that
nice
boulder. It's a nice boulder.
And then that ends my turn because I cannot do anything.
Okay.
You just did a lot. You just tore up the ground. I imagine there being a gust of wind in your wake, like
Oh,
as you run by.
There's
like,
like
snow kicking
melted
up.
feet parts, melted feet tracks behind him,
Mhm.
where his feet like got a little bit hotter.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you don't know how many people died under these snows. There's probably melted feet parts now.
Oh, we'll find out.
Entirely possible there's melted feet parts.
Let's not.
All right,
Let's
we're gonna be
not.
done with that
Skipping.
conversation. I'm sorry I started that.
So,
Skip it,
Brom,
bop it.
you are currently blind. You have enough of an idea from the noise they're making, which direction the goblins are in, so you can proceed that way as much as you would like. It's just blindness in D&D is going to be harder to hit.
Swing wildly.
Other right. Brom's fast.
Brom's not as fast. Not as fast as Neo, but fast enough. Brom's still moving, although, you know, granted how fast he is, it's kind of like a train. Like he's kind of like jogging through the snow, making like soft clanking sounds as he goes. He's still blind, but he's heading in the directions of yelling goblins. Since I've never known them, I've known them to be a lot of things, but not quiet.
Okay. Go ahead and pass on to Laine then.
Having seen the other bad table, I'm just gonna kind of look up at the sky and just be like, "Oh, come on, he wasn't part of the deal." And then I'm just gonna keep trudging. I can't get this far. Boop boop. Nope. I'm apparently too far zoomed out to grab my token. That's an issue.
I didn't know that was a thing.
You didn't know what?
There you go.
Being so far zoomed out you couldn't grab it was a thing.
I'm just a klutz. Alright. And then I can Eldritch Blast. Can I Eldritch Blast the other guy yet? Hang on. I do a measure. Nope, I cannot. That's okay. Yeah, I would like to. Nope. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
The one that I was initially aiming for. I would
Okay.
like to Eldritch Blast, please.
Second verse, same as the first.
Second verse, yes. 23, please.
Wow.
3. Your tattoos glow. The bolt of energy goes flying toward the goblin. And right before it appears, a small figure shows up with a bowl and a grin on their face and goes,
Oh!
Vroom. There's this ringing sound as the bolt comes flying back. Does a 23 hit your AC?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang it.
Okay.
Thing. Shoot.
It's fine.
Bad tables.
They are actually. It's I say having not been affected yet, but yeah. Narratively, it's good.
It goes back to the goblins, and they.
Can I? How far away is them when they appear?
So at that time they were 70 feet away.
Okay. Because if they're within 30 feet and they do that to me, they are getting Hexblade cursed.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
The remaining goblins around the sled start. Ah! They killed Gibble! I didn't like Gibble. I didn't really like Gibble either, but they still killed him. Up at the top, the boss goes, faster hours, bring it now. Go away! And the goblins keep pushing.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh,
one
no.
too many, one of them's dead.
Oh, can't take them with.
Alright, Mirth, you're up.
Yeah. I think when one of them, Mirth has two verbal reactions. The first one is when Laine said, "This wasn't part of the deal." Immediately, Mirth is gonna like whip his head around and yell, "What deal?" Like, ooh, could this be Achilles' Laine? Is this a thing? And then is gonna look back around, and as soon as the goblin is like, "Go away," Mirth is gonna go, "No," and is going to try and keep up with the others a wee bit. Let's see. Okay, so he will, excuse you, ruler. He will make his way, and he's gonna have a go at shooting them again.
Alright,
Actually, should he double move?
fire.
Should he double move? I think he should. I actually think he should just do the old sprint. I think that's what he should do.
The old sprint.
Yeah, because some of his stuff would be better if he ran. Okay, so Mirth is gonna kick it up a notch and try and catch up with the others.
Okay.
Making his way.
I put you a little closer because the auto alignment bounced you back a little bit.
Oh, thank you. And I have a thing I can do. I did one already. Okay, I'm gonna use my next bardic inspiration on who's closest. Yeah, it's going to Brom because Brom is Terminator running without sight in a certain direction, and he's gonna be like, Brom, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. And it's a little to the right, hun.
Perfect, as the boss goblin up there starts yelling, "Get any closer, we'll start shooting! Go away, ours, give up, bye!" Neo, your turn.
This time, Neo is going to. I'm going to go my regular movement. There we are. And once he runs up here, he's going to cast Produce Flames.
Okay.
And it kind of like makes a soccer ball-ish
Yes.
flame spear. And he's just going to toss it up into the air and kick it towards one of the goblins.
Perfect.
Cinderace.
Roll to hit it, Cinderace.
I love it.
Neo!
What'd you get?
7.
Oh,
7.
buddy.
That's okay. It's a lucky number. Did he
So
hit?
you throw this ball of fire in the air, and you kind of jump up to kick it, and as soon as you kick it, you overestimate the power needed, and you kick so hard the flames just disperse in a bright.
Ooh.
So you made a little firework.
Kind of like falls to the ground, trying to kick it still, and he just lays there in the ground with his face down.
Oh no.
Oh, it's
And
so
that's my
sad.
turn.
So
It was an amazing performance.
You try.
The show will go on.
Brom is going to get him to the goblins, which he can do, but he can't hit them this turn, unfortunately.
Okay.
Or try and hit them, since he's blind. So he's going to run up here.
That's fine.
There. Yeah. He's right there. Oh my god, he might even clonk into the goblin a little bit.
Yeah, you probably like clang into the sled and the goblin. Go away! No, mine.
Let go, he says.
No,
like
mine.
he doesn't know what he's looking at, but he's yelling. He seems to be very good at yelling, so he just kind of like hits it and like stops and says, "Let go of it." You know what? He could probably ruin the goblin's day by just sitting on this thing.
Do it.
Like 200.
Oh my
he's like
God.
300 pounds.
Do
All right,
it.
well,
That's
okay, he's doing
galaxy
it.
brain.
Just belly flop on it.
Look, he's already on top of it. He just kind of like puts his full weight on it since he can't attack this turn either.
Yes.
I think
Does that work?
I think with all of his gear, he's like 300 pounds. Should I put his weight on
That is an incredibly relevant
Oh my
for
god.
this. As
Heck yes.
Good.
Brom
good.
goes running, like ricochets off a goblin and just hops on this sled. No.
God, I love
No.
that mental image.
The MVP.
Off!
Give it up
Not
for
getting off.
Brom.
Let go.
Bromster.
Off! Oh
Never.
god, it's so heavy! Laine, go ahead.
You're amazing. Well, I cannot handle hitting myself again.
You do have a D4 you're sitting on that you haven't used for healing.
I do. I think I'm gonna use that. Is that a free or is that a like bonus action or?
I think it's always a free action. Just I'll use
Cool.
it as a free action.
Sweet.
It's
You're
chat
wonderful.
cleric. I'm not gonna nerf chat cleric.
Thanks, chat cleric. I could use some more probably. Because I'm probably gonna do a dumb and do it again. Not this turn, because I'm very far behind and need to catch up.
Don't worry, you got this. We'll make sure you don't die. I got stuff up my sleeve.
You can't stop me from dying if things happen. I have moved and action moved.
Okay.
And I'm waiting to see if a certain somebody appears because I would like to use my bonus action to hex them.
Nope, nothing appears.
Cool. I glower angrily.
The goblin's pushing the sledge like, alright, everybody, put your backs into it. 1, 6, see if we know how to count. 3, go! They make 0 progress.
Yeah!
Hit him! We gotta hit him! We gotta hit him! Hit him and knock him off! That was their turn trying to move it, realizing they can't, and it's Mirth's turn.
Okay, so altogether he's about 320 pounds with all the chainmail and other stuff, so maybe 330 pounds, so he's quite heavy.
Okay, Mirth is gonna do what he wants. And he's gonna... Let me just make sure I'm not running too far. This map is kind of pale.
A +2 check for the goblins and a +2 check for Nif.
Thanks.
Let's see.
I'm sure a +2 is all they needed to move the sled with Brom on it.
Goblins.
Yes, they clearly can carry 320 more pounds.
Look, if Stormkeeper Rangers can do it, these goblins can. We believe in them.
Sure.
I don't believe in them. I'm going to cast Heroism on Laine, and that gives you bravery, so you're immune to being frightened, and you get temporary HP equal to
Your modifier.
Yes, 'tis at the start of each of your turns. Wow.
Yeah, you were
And my
so good to me.
modifier. Yeah. Is that my...
So 3 or
Oh my gosh, I'm having a derp moment. That is not my spell attack bonus. That's my spellcasting ability question. Oh, my charisma. It's my
Your
charisma
charisma
mod,
mod.
right?
Yep.
Derp. That's right. That's all Mirth do. So that would be 3.
3. Good deal.
Sounds great.
But
I will track it.
Can I add more to that?
Not right now.
Nope, not yet.
Okay. All right.
My,
There you go.
my artificer has that, so I'm very familiar with that spell.
Awesome.
I got
Okay.
you.
Cool.
Sounds great. Some temp hit points for Laine, as
Thank goodness, because I'm gonna be dumb and try it again.
the boss
I
up there,
figured.
the boss goblin, is going to keep yelling, like, "Why aren't you here yet? You need to push harder. It's heavy. It's too heavy, boss. No, push harder. Push harder." You're close enough to hear him say, "Get ready to shoot him." To something inside. Neo.
Okay, Neo kind of like gets up angrily. You can see that he's pouting. And so, ooh, am I close enough to get to them? Is the real question. Ooh. Yay! I'm going to go right to here.
Oh yeah. We should just all stand on the cart.
Seriously.
Honestly,
you
I
can
could get
jump
up
on
there.
that.
I'm going to jump onto the cart.
Yes.
Right at
Just
the
kick
edge
them
here.
all from there.
Literally,
Free
I'm
way.
about to do an unarmed strike against the one to my right, left.
Bully the goblins.
We're gonna hit that one.
Bully
And I'm
the
just gonna like
goblins.
try to kick him in the head.
All right.
Bully the
How much
goblins.
does Neo weigh? How much does
2020.
he weigh with all of his gear? We must know. See how much extra
Uh,
these gobbies are going to have to carry.
I think 135.
With his gear too?
Yeah. He doesn't have that much gear on, but he
You
has like,
baby.
he has a few winter clothing on.
Okay, so that's 320 plus 100 and...
How much weight can this sled
35.
bear?
Mirth is
Okay.
310 pounds, by the way.
The sled as is, 5
should
goblins
jump.
was the minimum to move it. So.
Well, I got a nat 20 to hit.
Yes! Neo's hair
Yes.
glows brighter. The flames gain height and volume, take on a more pure, bluish white hue. As
I
he
guess I should do it.
kicks, yeah, I'm filling space until you roll damage. As he kicks down into the brim of the nose of this goblin.
And I got 6 damage.
Did you double damage?
Double your dice.
Yes.
Double your dice.
That was with double. I didn't get that much.
Oh.
I rolled low. But I'm also
But-
going to use my bonus action to do another unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Strike.
You kick that goblin in the nose and ow! No, finders keepers. That's the
Water's rights.
And with the next one, I got an 11 to hit.
An 11 will miss, so he was ready for it. Moved his head this time. No!
And I'm just like gesturing my foot towards him, like, you need to
Yeah.
get off. And we're done.
Okay. And remember, with the rule you have, you're sitting on it. Sir Brom, you are flopped on top of a sled. It's your turn.
All right, Brom is not getting off that sled, but what he is going to do is he's going to try and use the pommel of his sword to whack one of these goblins in the head. So I think I need to roll a 1d100 if he's blind, right?
It's just with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
In 5e.
Disadvantage, okay.
So blindness is not as crippling in 5e as is not as terrible of a condition to have on. So go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Roll it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So since you use roll 20 and everyone else rolls their own click clacks, I kind of have been waiting and I keep forgetting it's in roll 20.
No,
It's-
I have click clacks, but I
Oh,
just
click
use roll
clacks.
20. It's so easy to press the button.
A 6, you try and thump this goblin on the head with your pommel, and you just miss, and you like thump the sled, and you're reminded that this is full of iron ingots as you get tingling sensations
Ooh.
up your arm.
He growls in frustration and anger. It's probably the first time he sounded actually frustrated throughout all of this. But he makes a very nasty face very close to this goblin, so.
Laine.
Okay. Hear me out. I am also going to go stand on the cart.
Okay.
And then I am going to cast Eldritch Blast at this guy
Okay.
here and promptly hit the deck.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
19,
Okay.
which
now
also hits myself.
go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Oh. Better.
Okay. So you send a bolt of energy flying toward this goblin at the top, and then almost with a look of exasperation on their face, a very familiar figure appears with a bowl,
Hex!
and you get this. But why? Zoom, and it comes flying back to you. You flop onto your face, hoping to miss yourself, and instead catch yourself full in the shoulder. So roll damage.
Oh, good. Only 5.
Sounds good. The goblins here,
Can I hex him? Them?
they are 70 feet away.
Fine.
Anything else?
Mm-mm.
The 5 goblins here are gonna go, Boss, we can't move it! Let's get off! Then get them off! Oh, that's a good idea. Get them! So, the one next to Neo is going to try and attack you. He doesn't have any weapons, so... Oh, it's all rolling to myself. 17 to hit. For just 3 damage. The next one is going to roll a 12 to hit. Does 12 hit you?
Yes,
It does. Okay.
it just hits.
Buddy.
For 4 damage.
I can live with that.
The one in the back is going to come around, or these ones are going to come around to close to Brom, and this one is going to climb up on top with everybody else.
Yeah. Join us. The party's up here.
You hear the boss up there say, "No, not up top. You get them off, not get on." What?
Oh.
Buddy.
That one is going to try and stomp on Laine, who is prone on the ground after hitting the deck from blasting. So it's rolling with advantage.
Fine. It's fine.
15 to hit Laine.
Yep. That hits.
That is for
This is fine.
3 damage.
Cool.
Sorry, 4 damage. Counted.
Cool.
The
It's so beat up.
It's kind of remarkable, Niffer, what's happening.
Thanks. Thank you.
the two
You're
next
having bad luck today.
the two next to Brom
No,
are going to try
it's
to
not
attack.
luck.
They have
It is a certain
advantage
someone.
You're having
because
bad vibes from the
of
chat.
being blind. And the first one rolls a critical hit to hit
Oh
Brom,
no!
which will be 8 damage.
Ouch.
We're getting our butts handed to us by goblins.
The other
This
one
is the
rolls
saddest.
a 19
Oh
to hit you.
no!
Does a 19
This-
hit Brom?
Yes.
This
He's
is the
only
worst
16 armor
timeline.
class.
So that is 5 damage.
Whoa, ow, he's bloodied now.
This is the worst timeline.
No, we got this. Nobody panic.
That is all the goblins. And you hear from the back where you guys started, you hear Herna going, "Is everything going all right?"
It's
Yep,
going
it's fine.
fine.
Fine, probably.
We almost got your sled back.
The sled is physically close to us. Let's see. Did all the goblins go?
All the goblins have gone, and it's
Is it a
Mirth's turn.
Mirth? Okay, Mirth is gonna cast Bane on
Oh, that's a good idea.
this guy, and this guy,
Okay.
and this guy. So
Okay,
those three.
That guy is only sitting. That guy looks really rough.
Oh,
He's
which
in
one
really
does?
rough shape. The last one.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I think I can see this guy.
Yep.
I'll do
Okay.
him then.
He's standing up over the top of Brom and Laine.
And the way this works is, I think Mirth is actually a very graceful dragonborn, and I think he like a sharpshooter flips his crossbow and like somehow hooks it onto his belt in a way that like is way too practiced. Like maybe he's not a good shot, but he can make it look cool. And he's going to take out his concert. No, he's not going to take out the concertina. He's going to take out his lute, and he's gonna like heavy guitar riff on it. I think we're gonna see like a little poof of snow around him as he just banes with this really discordant note in an attempt to make the goblins' lives even more complicated than they already are.
Right?
And you know how Bane works, of course.
I do.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
just making it so that I no longer am whispering. So here are their saves: a 5,
Mhm.
a 3, and an 18.
Okay. Yeah. Well, one of them is feeling good.
So these two on the first two here are next to Brom are baned. Anything else, Mirth?
And then do I have another thing I can do? Do I have bonus actions? I still have one more bardic inspiration that I should use.
Yup.
I'm gonna use. Oh, buddy. Okay, fine. I'll use bardic inspiration on my friend.
Oh, this is fine. I got it.
Yeah, and I think that takes the form of like a small guitar riff to the tune of one of the songs that Mirth was starting to compose about your heroic actions. It's like the kind of like that chord that's starting to develop, and you have the ominous suspicion that there might be a full-on like power ballad to you at some point.
Oh no.
It's not there yet, but it's gonna be.
Oh, these 80s vibes, I'm loving it. Please take us back to 80s D&D where no one wore pants.
Sorry, what?
Donald Duck in
Oh.
it.
I'm sorry. I
We'll
won't.
hold
Let's
it.
not be
We'll
distracted.
hold it. We'll not get on that tangent. Brom, so that you remember, you're sitting on 4d4's worth of healing.
Yes. He's going to be used. Sorry, does it take an action for him to do
It's
that?
just a free action, so on your turn you can use that.
Is it his turn yet?
Not yet. The boss
okay.
goblin up there has started like hopping up and down, and the bird that's on his arm seems it's like its wings keep going out to try and keep its balance because he's moving. He's like, yeah, get him, more stuff, more stuff. He's feeling pretty good about how it's going. Neo, it's your turn.
So he is going to attack the one that hit him, or I guess two of them hit him. He's going to attack this one since it's already hurt. And I'm also going to use one, what this thing is called, key point, to use a Fury of Blows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Give him the old razzle dazzle.
Let's see if we can razzily hit him.
And then from your remember from that critical hit, you're sitting on an advantage if you want. Your hair is
Oh, that's true.
high.
The first one was 22.
That was hit.
Nice.
And are you punching the one that you hit before? That 22, whatever you roll for damage is enough to knock it to the ground.
Hey. Well, the damage, just in case it was a 5. So he's going to take his foot, put it on the goblin's head, and smash his head into the sleigh.
Oh, that's
Curb stomp.
perfect.
Damn.
Boom.
Yes.
Sorry. And then I'll hit the other one with the other 2 blows. And I got a nat 1, but I'm going to use my advantage now.
Yes.
Nice.
And we got an 18 and a 15.
18 will hit. 15 will hit too.
Let's try
No, the train has to
The
choo-choo.
train
I'm sorry.
must.
It really does.
stop the train.
That train sound is how Brom sounds when he runs.
That's
No footsteps, just train.
funny. That is really funny.
Uh,
And he got 11 damage in total.
11 is enough to take that one out too. How do you take this one out?
Nice.
After doing that, he's going to pivot and turn and just kick the other one straight in the head.
You hear from the cart nearby, the goblin boss go, "Uh-oh. Sir Brom."
So Brom Laden is going to heal himself with the 4d4, so I'll have him do that first.
Thank goodness.
Thanks, chat.
Thanks, chat, cleric.
Cleric.
Yes, thanks guys. 8 health back. Pretty good.
Oh, God.
So now he's at 15 health instead of 7. Good for him. And then he is going to try and hit one of the remaining goblins in the head. Probably that one. Oh, wait. Oh, I get to click the thing.
Are you still blind,
He's still blind.
buddy?
I think.
Blind.
Let's see. You gotta. Oh, it's with the disadvantage though. So he got 15 and 6 for the 2 rolls.
The 6 misses. Anything else, Brom?
He'll lay on hands himself to give himself the rest of his health. So I think, yeah, he can do that with himself.
Is lay on hands in action?
It was a swift action in Pathfinder. Is it a swift
It's an-
action here?
It's
I
an
think it's a
action
full
here.
action.
Okay, then he would not be able to do so.
Yep, it's an action.
So new. He's just gonna make himself a dead weight on top of this cart.
Cool.
Sounds good. Laine, you are up.
I will just reach back, grab the goblin off my shoulder, fling him down, and kind of like push myself up at the same time, and just pull a giant longsword from where it is strapped on my back and just go for this guy. I'm so tired of this.
Sounds good.
Sweet. 23 again.
23 hits.
And I kind of flinch about it.
Nothing happens. There's
Okay.
no appearance or anything.
Cool. 7 points of damage.
7
on
points
this
is
one.
exactly enough. You pull the sword from behind your back and finish off the goblin. There's only 2 left. Those 2 are... Boss, what do we do?
Surrender or forfeit your lives.
You're not
Become our servants.
Boss!
I could.
Stop it!
I have to kill them.
I said stop it! Boss, what do we do? Get rid of him or get out of there, pick!
Get out! Get out now!
No, this one's easy to hit. Here, watch! And then this one's going to try and punch at Brom, a 21 to hit.
Oh!
Dang it.
For, oh wait, it's not that much. They don't have the sword, that's just the... For 3 damage. And the other one's like, yeah, that is easy. And then this one's gonna punch a 19, and I'm gonna use the D4 because that might matter. Not use. They have Bane on them. So -3 is a 16 to hit, which I believe is exactly.
It's the AC directly, yeah.
So that will hit for 4 more damage.
That's how much total?
8 damage.
Okay. All that good HP back. Now
Like,
gone.
this is great. But there's other ones. There's a shit. Mirth, go ahead.
Mirth has no idea. Mirth kind of likes goblins theoretically, but not in person, not in real life. So I think he likes the idea of them. Like,
Oh, honey.
there were goblins in the circus that were excellent acrobats, but these guys are just quarrelsome. I think after seeing them wail on his friends, Mirth is like, oh god. And No, I won't do that right now. I think what I will do instead... I'm very fragile.
Welcome to the club.
Oh, this is so rude. I think Mirth is just gonna straight up, like, from a few feet away, try and shoot one.
Go for it.
Which seems so rude if you imagine it. Like, instead of going up properly, it's like, I'm gonna shoot you. We'll see if he hits, though. It didn't roll so well. That is 11.
11 will miss.
Mirth slides on some ice and misses.
Brom, you hear the thwoom of a crossbow bolt landing nearby.
Boba Fett, where?
Yeah, he kind of like turns his head to look, but he kind of like looks in the wrong direction.
The goblin boss up there is gonna go, I don't know. Guys, can you do this or not? We don't know. That's a vote of confidence. One more chance. Neo, go ahead.
So Neo's actually going to do the same pose he did earlier and put one hand on his hip and one hand pointing at the goblin boss. And he's going to be like, your days of treachery are over. And then he's just going to charge forward, jumping
What's a treacher?
Can we keep him?
I don't know either, but it's over. And I'll go. And then while he's running up, he's going to again use Produce Flames to summon that soccer ball and just kick it straight at the goblin boss.
Sure.
Let's hit this time. Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yes!
You throw the soccer ball of flame up,
Team captain.
do a backflipping bicycle kick over your head. Your hair illuminates the brilliant blue and white, and it goes flying straight toward him.
12 damage.
How much damage?
12.
Well,
Ouch.
Blitz ball.
Too much.
he
Overkill, my dude.
stumbles back. He's like, ow! The bird goes flying up in the air. He hears, shoot him, we're leaving. Sir Brom.
Brom is going to try and hit one of the remaining... Actually, you know what? He's not. He's going to try and intimidate the goblins next to him to try and get them to leave rather than attempting to murder them.
All right, go ahead. Roll
Or
an
knock them out.
intimidation check.
Nope.
You
Not scary.
You make a very terrifying face. You're gesturing with your finger as you say, and, but you're looking the complete wrong direction. So there's a... I think he's trying to talk to us. No, he can't talk to us. He's pointing to somebody else. He's talking to... Slaps him. He's still blind, you idiot. Oh, yeah.
Brom growls in frustration. Okay.
Laine, unless Brom has anything else.
No, his turn's over.
Laine, go ahead.
So I get 3 temp HP at the start of my turn. Hooray, that's literally double my actual health now. As this goblin is kind of like laughing at Brom, I'm just gonna walk up and just stab directly down on him.
Okay, sounds good.
Please. The blank stare as I do math. 18.
18 will hit.
Cool. Ooh, 11.
11 is enough. You stab down.
Sweet.
So this one, like, the other one slapped. It's not talking to us. Slaps him in the back of the head, like at the exact moment your sword comes down. Like, pfft.
Just like very resigned, and like the body falls and like reveals just Laine behind him with just a very resigned look on his face.
Bibbly,
Now,
bibbly.
leave.
Shit. As a bonus action, he's going to disengage and start running.
Do I have a thing for that yet?
Boss! Just leave it! Let's go! Mirth, it's your turn.
So, it looks like that one little goblin is retreating, and it looks, this individual has been wounded by,
Ball
how bad
of
do they,
fire.
how burnt are they? Well done? Medium?
Medium
Crispy.
rare? Well, medium, probably. Medium well.
Okay.
Medium well.
Alright. I think we still should pursue them. So, Mirth is going to... Mirth is gonna jog up around here, and he's just gonna shoot. And not at the guy who's running, because that would be rude, but is going to shoot at the goblin up there.
Sure.
See if we're gonna hit. 22.
22 will hit.
Yay, finally! Let's see if we do any damage though. Nine damage.
9 damage. Exactly 9 damage, huh? You shoot this bolt, it goes flying up, and he's like, Get up here! We're out of here! We're leaving!
Did I get him?
And he falls.
Yes! Loot that wagon.
Anything else?
Mirth is gonna strike a pose and once again pretend he's blowing smoke off the end of his crossbow just by doing that dragon breath in the air thing.
Okay.
Literally, because it's his breath.
Neo, you're now close enough to hear some movement within the wagon. And one goblin sticks its head out and goes, Go,
Oh no.
go! And shoots a crossbow bolt at the butt of this polar bear. And they start
Oh my
running.
gosh.
So the polar bears both start running forward, and a second goblin inside there takes a shot at you as it goes by. Neo, a 19 to hit.
Yep.
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
Or-
drive by.
4 damage.
Rude.
This is not
Four.
a drive-by.
We're still alive. We're still going strong.
As the hawk flies up into the air untethered. The goblin boss rolls off the back of this, and the wagon, which has skis instead of wheels, is 80 feet away and going.
Yay, speedy boys.
The last goblin jumps on its way by, and let's see just for fun if he grabs it. He does. He grabs a hold of the side of his, like, we'll get you next time, and your little
dog.
boy too.
Oh,
He's the new boss.
boss 2.
And unless anyone has something to make you go much faster than you currently are,
We just made a nemesis.
we will pull out of combat.
Alright.
And also, at 11:30, it's a little bit past when we usually would stop the game itself, so this is an excellent time to wrap up. So if anyone has any closing one-liners or anything, that would be the great time.
Nah. We'll do it next time.
Brom failed at being intimidating or hitting any of them, but he still shakes his fist in the direction they're fleeing and says, "Get out of here!"
Neo's gonna stick one finger up in the air and just justice prevails.
Okay, I was like, which finger? Oh my gosh. Neo.
It's just baby.
It's Neo. It's the pointer finger.
It's the
Oh, of course. I don't know. If Brom saw him putting up any more fingers, he would probably have things to say. But
How
he's
can-
totally
Oh my
blind.
God.
funny.
It's a good thing that Brom's blind right now, so
Yeah.
no one
Yes,
can get
can't
away with
see a
anything.
darn thing.
Flip him the bird.
The goblins cursing and yelling at you as they ride away into the dark night of Icewind Dale, your 3 dwarven companions hoof it up, join you around the sled, and go, you put up quite the fight there. That was very impressive. Thank you for that. I do. Icewind Dale is better for having you here. And that is
I
where
just
we'll
kind of
pause for
shake
the
the
evening.
dead goblin body off of my sword. Just- yeah.
For those of you that have not watched a stream that I DM, we end our sessions with a little bit of decompressed chit chat, a little bit of talking about what happened, what was fun, what went well, what didn't go well, what didn't go the way we wanted it to go, what was surprising. I think we have a whole lot of good and bad tables to talk about and the effect that they had. Also, Roxx, just so you know, you're still sitting on the effect of your good tables. So since it's
I
gonna be
was
2
thinking about
weeks,
that.
you should probably write that down on your character sheet somewhere so you don't forget. But if you are in chat, I want to encourage you to stick around and join us. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, conundrums, or qualms, feel free to ask them, and we will address them as we talk amongst ourselves. So, I guess to start, good tables and bad tables had a really big impact this time around.
It was so fun.
I hate them.
Oh, I love
At the
it.
tables.
I also hate them.
I love them.
The tables were terrible. I did.
It was so
The tables
fun.
were fine. They are horrible. It's fine. I cannot
true.
wait for this to all spoilers. This is my Warlock patron.
Oh,
I
yeah.
cannot wait for you all to actually meet him. It's so fun.
I'm excited for that too.
I'm
I
also
am
excited.
So excited.
I'm going to hate it. It's going to be so good.
Well,
I hate them.
They're perfect. They're wonderful. They're helpful sometimes.
They're wonderful and helpful, and I hate them.
Yeah, that's right, Purple. We did not take up the 50% increase to target Niffer.
It just happened
It
that
just
way.
happened
It's
that
fine.
way. I was surprised,
Fine.
honestly, at how many times you kept using Eldritch Blast after this.
Not.
Same.
I am playing to my stats, okay?
That's fine. You went with 3. Now 2 I understood, because there's that thought of, okay, 2... they're
Okay, but I
test-
tried to duck the 3rd time, okay? I learned a little bit.
And I gave you the disadvantage on your attack.
Thanks. I hit
was
every
great.
time. I was a little impressed.
You did hit every time it was...
You hit yourself every time.
yes, you did massive damage to yourself.
How
It was-
often do we stream? Okay, so Lichyard, thanks for joining us. Now, how often we stream is a very interesting question, because here at TPK Roleplay, we stream all the time, as Nif has
I
wonderfully
just sent up the schedule for you.
set the schedule. There are a lot of games coming up. There are a lot of games that have just started. On Thursdays, every other Thursday, Queen's Gambit just started, so that's a really great...
Tyranny of Dragons campaign that I'm also in.
Yep, Tyranny of Dragons
That's what that
campaign
is.
that Niffer is in. So do check out the schedule. I personally DM another game. It's a Curse of Straw game every other Wednesday that Niffer is also in. Niffer's in a lot right now. What else is going on? I mean, the next Monday is the next game I play in for TPK. I will be playing a Warlock that night, so do come to check out our return to Blackchapel. That is going to be an absolute blast. Oh man, we have a
Sundays are total party recap so that you can catch up on all things that you missed, or you can jump into new shows with kind of a TLDR. They do really good jobs there. So
Yes, total party recap. That's a very important one to point out. The game, the show that exists to catch you up on the games you don't have time to watch.
the show you watch when you don't watch the shows.
It's the show you watch when you don't watch the shows. So check out Total Party Recap Sunday night, and that will get you up to speed on all that has happened recently and all that is continuing to happen.
Yeah. Thanks for dropping by, new person.
Yes, it's wonderful having you.
Yes.
Join the Discord as well. We have a lot of chat between can't spell Discord at the moment. A
It's
lot.
like, wow, that is a loud keyboard.
It's a very loud keyboard. A lot going on Discord. A lot of chit chat going on in there about TTRPGs of all kinds. It's not just D&D. It's everything else. Yeah. As Purple said, basically every weekday for the next 2 weeks has a game. So if you're not doing anything in the evening, stop by and see us. You'll catch a great game. Purple, thank you for using backstory with the tables. So the good and bad tables, also the deck of TPK things, both of those work really well with the backstory that Nifer has for Laine.
Thanks, I hate it.
Having an incredibly chaotic patron is a whole lot of fun because it uses the patron in a way that patrons sometimes don't get used. A lot of times a patron's like, oh, it's this whispering voice that's encouraging you to keep using your sword, which is great, and those are fun. But I have wanted to embody a member of the Fae chaos for quite a while. And so for me, it's a blast because you're gonna catch some themes with this individual as they appear. So if you pay attention, there is some law and order and purpose behind the chaotic energies they bring.
Something that I really appreciate that I don't know if you're doing intentionally, every time that they show up, it is a hat, an outfit, and one thing in their hands, and it's like a set thing, and I just love it so much. Like they're so precious.
Yep.
I hate them.
That's exactly what I was referring to. They will always appear with a hat, costume, and something.
And one item.
One item.
One terrible item.
Inevitably, there'll be repeats. Good. I don't mean for there to be repeats, but it's really hard not to have repeats.
It's all good.
It's okay.
It's so good.
We appreciate them for who they are.
I imagine there's just some sort of like costume closet in an extra dimensional plane or something.
Yeah, Lichyard, you're more than welcome to stop by. We also have a lot of games for new players. We're happy to teach you how to play any game that we have going on. And there's always something fun going on that you can be a part of. So yeah, stop by, learn how to play this game, any other any number of TTRPGs going on. Check us out. It's fantastic. So thanks for stopping in.
Good stuff.
The completely achronistic, out of theme element of this being that shows up. Any thoughts on that? It's an unusual thing in a lot of sense. We have the realism that T's so great at bringing to all these elements, and then I have a fae and a cowboy hat.
And then just this asshole.
I love it.
Okay. Look, I mean, I think D&D exists for that sort of stuff. I'll bring you all that horrible realism until you guys die under the weight of whatever.
No, we love it. Keep it coming.
Whatever thing. Yeah, whatever thing I decide to talk about. In which case, I'm sorry, but yes, I'm 100% open for achronicity, because even in Pathfinder there's medieval societies existing with ancient Rome and also laser blasters. So
so yeah, I think Dane, the anachronism doesn't bother me at all, because fae creatures probably exist on a different space-time dimensional continuum, and so for all we know, this patron of whatever mystery this person is, they might be sitting here with us right now and chat, literally them. And they can just float wherever they need to be. It could be never ending story situation, anything could be the case with the Fae, you just don't know. So I take no issue with top hat that we don't know what that is, but it has one on, I think
it also just makes for a nice surprise every time they come up, because you kind of look forward to it. You never know what's going to come, but when it does come, you're like, what are they going to do this time?
It's a little sad because Laine just absolutely hates it, but Nifer's like, I love this guy. So excited they're back.
Let's see, any other things to bring up? Roxx, you had a lot of ups and downs on the dice this game. We have
your team captain.
A little kind of sub rule that we made up for your character. Have you liked that inclusion? Has it felt as flavorful as we had talked about? What do you think? Any adjustments needed behind the scenes?
Oh no, I like it. I'm going to try to play on it more as well whenever it does happen, so you don't have to try to play on it every time, and I can just naturally have the effect ready in mind whenever I do the initial roll. But I think it is very beneficial, and especially when he gets the bad rolls, I think it'll start being more affecting on his character and who he is.
Hey, is this public knowledge, or is this? Do we know what this is?
Hey, leave some secrets for next session.
No, that was just Al having a derp moment. Okay,
It's
so
not
that
like
was
too secret, but
Okay.
it's just like an effect that happens whenever he rolls either a nat 20 or a nat
Big
1.
fire, big flame.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, you kept referring to the produce flame as like a soccer ball thing and then kicking it, and I'm like, well, now in my head, Neo's just FIFA.
That's
Cinderace.
funny.
I thought about the Pokemon
So-
Cinderace because it has this really cool Gigantamax form.
Yep.
Oh my
and
gosh, yes.
It like stands on top of a giant meteor thing. It's
Cin-
like
Cinderace
I
is my
just-
8-year-old starter, and that's his first
Aw.
starter Pokemon
Aw.
is Cinderace.
Aw.
So
you have an emotional connection.
I
to
do.
you.
The
Aw.
Pyro Ball kick is just
Yeah.
wonderful. Fills me with all sorts of warm feelings. When you started describing what you were doing, Roxx, I was like,
It was so
Yes.
good.
yes, yes. And then like you missed or rolled a nat 1 or something. I was like, oh, that's okay.
Aw, fool.
Neo. I somehow imagined, I don't know what Neo is actually wearing, but I imagined him with like little soccer socks and then like a bit of bare
Exactly.
leg. And I'm just like, no way he's wearing this, but that's what I imagined.
Definitely imagined like little soccer uniform. Like,
That's funny. He's actually wearing like
Remember-
a little superhero uniform, but it's like under warmer clothes.
that's probably safe. Remember how we kept being like, Neo keeps getting shorter? Well, now he's just small enough to play little kid soccer, and it's fine.
Funny. He should have played with the goblins.
Yes.
Also, this is me asking, like, just
We're the
because
10
I.
count goblins. We're gonna play this.
So, how old does everyone look? Just out of curiosity. Not you guys, but your characters, of course.
Hard to tell.
My age is
Yeah.
tired.
I'm not very wrinkly. I'm shiny.
Approximately how old do you look, Laine? If someone was gonna.
Like mid 30s, late 30s.
Baby.
I'd say you look at Neo and
Also
think he was like
tired.
16.
Okay, he's as old as I thought he would look. There was another character in a different game where I was just like, the character had to bring another character a toy, and I was like, how old does your character look? Because by the way they act, I think they're a teenager, and they were like 35. I'm like, no, he's not bringing him a teddy bear then.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Always good to check.
just it doesn't matter how old they actually are. It's just like how old
Yeah.
does Brom think they are? Because Brom probably looks
How old
like
do we perceive you as?
yeah, because Brom probably looks like 30, but he's actually only like 22 or 20 or something. Like
Oof.
he's pretty young. He just looks older because he's like, you know, got that like early maturation jock look.
The tough boy.
It takes more. Oh, question from chat from Mirth. I only dog paddle. Does Mirth polish his scales to stay so shiny, or is it natural?
Polishes them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of course.
He uses like sandpaper lightly, like a buffing agent.
Exfoliating.
Yeah, he exfoliates his scales. He keeps any shed scales. It's a tradition in his family. And kind of like baby teeth, you're supposed to hold on to them. And then,
Aw.
yeah, long story short, there's at the family gathering, like annually, rituals are done from the matrons. So yeah, thank you for that question.
I like that all of us just have these things in our backstory. I'm just like, oh yeah, this is a common thing that happened when we were kids. Like, just that's how into it we have gotten already. And we're on session 2. Like, I'm so excited. Can we keep these characters after we finish Frostmaiden, please?
Don't kill them.
Don't kill.
please.
Please don't.
Don't kill
Please don't
Look.
kill them, but also play more games with us.
I will be honest. Anytime there is art for a character, I don't want to kill them. So
I mean,
You're
fair.
welcome.
yeah, if I am ever DMing
you.
a game for anyone in chat and you definitely want your character to stick around, get some
Alan-
really nice art done. Call
Al, I'm
up,
gonna need to keep you on retainer.
call up
Oh yeah,
Al,
I'm there.
who
I'm there.
Al did all the character art. Did an
Woohoo!
amazing
I'm
job.
ready.
They did awesome.
I'm ready. Let me know. Emergency sketching. It's like I've
We'll
got to hurry.
We'll start
can't submit.
wrapping up our little after session. I was a little concerned until the goblins started dropping, until Neo killed 2 goblins in a round.
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
starting to
That's
get
handy to
concerned
us.
So are we.
because, like I just said, I don't want, and I wouldn't have killed you guys, but I was like scrambling. Oh, what am I gonna do with a bunch of unconscious? But no, so I was a bit concerned about the direction combat went, but it ended up, I think it ended up playing out pretty nicely. Everybody took a little bit of a beating, enough to know it was serious.
I was fine.
I beat myself. It's
Yeah.
my own fault.
I
Mirth
was
fun.
completely fine, but I helped people because that's
Thank
what I
you.
do. I'm
Yeah,
like,
me-
oh, I'm fine. So are you probably. Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah,
buddy.
Neo and Mirth were MVPs. I was impressed by
Rock
their
stars.
performance.
Yep,
Thanks.
absolutely. Yeah, and then Laine stop hitting, or Niffer stop hitting yourself.
Yeah, Niffer was spending a lot of time hitting themselves. Brom was spending a lot of time being Han Solo. It's fine. It's fine.
Funny.
Well, thank
It's
It's
you.
fine. I'm just gonna have a talk with a certain somebody. It's fine.
Is
Hope
there
it goes well.
anything else that the table would like to bring up this evening before we close down? Any last
Good.
thoughts? Anything else?